We confirm recordings are on. Next, we have the initial timer and check-ins. Are we ready to confirm those two?
I think we're ready to start checking in now, so I can start.
We're hearing that check-ins are ready to start. Let's confirm that the timer is set and check-ins are underway. Is this confirmed?
We're already over time, so nothing we can do about the timer because we're starting so late. But yeah, I'll check in. So I am a 3.6 or so. I have been working very hard on all of the platforms, the assets,
stand up and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
Let's do a quick stretch.
We're hearing a quick stretch prompt. Let's briefly stretch, and once done, we'll resume and confirm check-ins.
Anyway, so I've been very busy and working hard on all the platforms, the assets, and the automation, the AI, and also working on some of the payroll models. And yeah, just overall been active and doing as much as I can. I'm also moving forward with a model for activity direct contracting and a activity token model, which basically will make it so we're not just reliant on the ineffective co-op. So that is definitely going to help in the short run, because it's just been too much to put so much effort for years and years into a co-op that doesn't care about me at all. So I need to focus on something else. And my focus will be on activity and getting paid through activity. So that is my update. And then, of course, I'm proposing to dissolve the team. But really what I'm proposing is that the executive is not forced to support a team that doesn't want to work. So,
we're hearing your check-in update on focusing efforts toward a token model and team structure. Let's confirm this check-in and move to the next.
All right. So, Lucy, you want to check in next?
We'll listen as Lucy checks in. Once we hear it, we'll confirm and proceed.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to have the session check.
And what have you been working on?
We're hearing a request for more detail on Lucy's tasks. We'll listen and confirm once she responds.
Lucy, did you hear the question?
We're hearing that Lucy is being asked about what she's working on. We'll hold until she shares and then confirm.
I said I'm looking forward for having a good session.
Yeah, I heard that.
I've not been working on anything. Yes.
Okay, not been working on anything. Okay.
We're hearing that Lucy is focused on the session and hasn't been working on anything specific. Let's confirm this check-in.
Okay, so Flo, would you like to check in? Give us a number from 1 to 9 on how you're feeling today and anything that you have been working on.
We're hearing a request for my check-in. I'd say I'm feeling about a 7. I've been working on guiding our flow and ensuring we keep things alive. Let's confirm and move forward.
3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Cool.
We're hearing that's confirmed.
I think we're done with our check-ins. I think it's clear no one else is going to show up. So options for topics, I would say... let's make sure we're going through the checklist correctly. Is there anything else on the checklist, Flo? Otherwise, we're going to 3.0 if there's nothing else in 2.
We confirm 2.6 policy verification is next. Let's ensure all policies are in place. Is this confirmed before we go to 3.0?
Policy verification. Yes, we can do that. Let me pull up the session tracking just so we have that all organized, because it's just easier that way. So session tracking, go to setup, policy verification. So we have recordings, check. Initial indexing link, no. So let's get the indexing link. So I go to the channel and we have the live stream, copy the link, share that on the notes. So link to live stream. And
We're hearing you're verifying indexing links. Once that's done, we'll confirm policy verification and proceed.
Okay, so we got the link to the live session. So let's see what else we have for policy verification. Oops. So initial link, yes. Notes are created and linked, yes. Rhythm and timekeeping started, yes. Initial policy verification, yes. Okay, so policy verification has been completed.
We confirm policy verification is complete. Now we move to 3.1, focus and topics. Are we ready to align on topics?
It's technically 3.0. So possible topics, I mean, for me, we have the proposal to, proposal to dissolve team. And, what is the executive required to do?
We're hearing a topic on the proposal to dissolve the team and executive actions. Let's confirm this focus before proceeding.
So from there, is there anything else, Lucy, that you want to discuss?
We're hearing a check if Lucy has any other topics. We'll confirm once we hear from her, and then we'll finalize focus.
Was that a no?
We're hearing a check for Lucy's confirmation. We'll pause for her reply, then confirm focus.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
We're hearing a breathing prompt. Let's take a breath together, and once done, we'll confirm any remaining topics.
So, Lucy, do you agree with the topic for dissolving the team, proposal to dissolve the team, and understanding the desired outcome of what the executive is required to do?
We're hearing a confirmation request on the topic of dissolving the team and executive actions. Let's confirm this focus together now.
So yes, yes and yes, or?
Yes.
Okay. So we have agreement on the topic. So,
we confirm the topic is set. Now we'll proceed to the next checklist step as we focus on this topic.
Okay, what's the next checklist step?
We now confirm 3.2, setting the topic timer. Let's set a time limit for this topic and then confirm.
Topic, we already have the time limit, 24 minutes, so we have the timer set for 30 minutes so we can take a break. Also, Lucy, are you planning on doing anything else besides doing the audio recording?
Anything
We're
like
hearing
Normal work processes during the meeting? Following policies and stuff?
We're hearing
Of course,
about
I'm
normal
following the
process.
policies.
No, that was my question. My question is, are you going to do anything to support the meeting?
We're hearing a question about supporting tasks. Once we hear Lucy's answer, we'll confirm and proceed with our topic timer.
I can check note.
I don't know what that means. I can check note. What does that even mean? Is that a complete sentence?
Yeah.
We're hearing
I
a
can take
clarification request.
You're going
Let's
to help
get
take
clear.
notes. Okay, so basically I should do everything else because you've never taken notes for years. So I should just do it all myself except for you clicking the audio record button. So I'm
For
creating
years,
this
how it
topic.
did that we need to have actually discussion on the issues. Yeah.
That's what
You
we're
know,
doing. We're having a discussion on the issues.
Yes, we need to have it because
We're
I've been
hearing the
taking
discussion
now,
on roles and
all my work is
responsibilities.
always taken for
Let's
granted.
confirm that we'll handle
Then
notes
it-
and tasks
No, actually
and
your work
proceed
is
with our
not
set
taken
topic.
for granted. So are we starting topic
Yeah.
1?
We confirm the
I
topic
need to
timer
do my
is set and
topic
ready.
now. Open discussion.
Let's begin the first topic
Taking
now.
the issues because
Alright, so we're in
when I was
topic 1 now.
taking the note,
We
Time to
even
pause.
when you
Please
taking, I
stop.
was taking the
Close
note.
your eyes.
I was
Count.
wondering
1,
when I
2,
realized I was
3,
taking the note
4,
on a wrong
5. Open your
pressure.
eyes.
I send the note, but you send your note. You see, when I even this now, check the note. I send the first note, and you have another note you send after me. So I did not know you have another note. When I take note on the other side. I've been taking note all the time.
Where are the
It is
notes?
not perfect.
We're hearing a discussion on note-taking. Once this is clarified, we'll ensure alignment and then continue with the topic discussion.
You sent the notes on Discord as well?
We're hearing a question about note sharing. Let's confirm where notes were sent,
so we have
and then
two
we'll
sets of notes then. So do you want to use your notes? It's fine.
No, let's just use your notes. It's fine.
No, I'm fine to use your notes. My notes were not even linked properly because I couldn't.
We're hearing agreement to use shared notes. Let's confirm the notes are aligned, and then we'll continue with the topic.
So we're using your notes or what?
We confirm we're aligned on using the shared notes. Now let's focus on addressing the first topic fully.
Okay, can you link my notes?
Because you already set up yours, we already put topics.
Okay, can you just copy and paste all your stuff into the notes? But can you link my notes to wherever you link the notes?
We're hearing a request to merge and link notes. Let's confirm once that's done, and then we'll refocus on the topic at hand.
Okay, so are we ready for topic 1?
We confirm the notes are prepared. Now we're ready to fully address the first topic as planned.
Cool. All right. So overall, I think that the proposal, that we have 2 proposals. The first proposal is basically, and then before we go into the proposals in detail, we want to kind of go over what got us to this situation and why we're here to make sure we're all on the same page. But one proposal is to...
Time to take a break. Please stop, write down whatever you were about to say, and take a break for 6 minutes.
We're hearing a prompt for a break. Let's pause briefly, and then we'll resume discussing the proposals once we return.
So, so we can take a break, but the first proposal is to allow the team to dissolve, to allow the team to not dissolve, right? And continue to refuse to schedule work sessions, while forcing the executive to constantly, every day, waste hours and hours on supporting the team by himself and trying to get the team paid while no work is getting done.
We're hearing one proposal is about not dissolving the team and its implications. Let's confirm this as the first proposal and move on.
And then the other proposal is basically proposing to dissolve the team and setting up a framework for moving forward.
We're hearing the second proposal is dissolving the team and setting a new framework. Let's confirm these 2 proposals before we discuss further.
All right, so shall we take a break, and then when we come back, we can discuss the situation, we can just address the proposals, and then go from there. That sound good?
Yep. Yes.
Okay.
We hear agreement on a break. Let's take a pause, and when we return, we'll address the proposals in detail.
Martin, we are on break.
We're hearing the break is concluded. Now let's pick up where we left off and dive into the proposals fully.
I think we still have 3 more minutes of break, and then Martins is here, so we can have him check in before we move forward.
We're hearing that there's still a few minutes left and Martin will check in. We'll hold until the check-in, and then we'll proceed.
Should I check in now, or we should finish the break before I
We
check
are
in?
still on break. We are still on break, Martin.
Okay, after break. After break.
We're hearing Martin is ready. Let's confirm the break is done, and then we can have Martin check in before we continue.
Okay, looks like the break is over.
And the break. Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
We're hearing it's time to refocus. Let's confirm Martin's check-in now, and then resume our topic.
Okay. So I'm checking in. I am 5.6. Hoping to have a wonderful session today.
We're hearing
Check.
Martin is ready. Let's have Martin share a quick check-in from 1 to 9, and then confirm.
And what have you been working on over the week?
We're hearing a request for Martin's work update. Let's listen to Martin's response and confirm once shared.
What are you working on, Martins?
We're hearing
I'm
a
not
prompt
working
for
on anything.
We're hearing Martin is working on meetings. Let's confirm that check-in number and then proceed with the topic.
I think he said he was not working on anything.
We're hearing clarification Martine isn't working on anything specific. Let's confirm the check-in number and wrap up.
Okay, so we're on topic 1, which is to dissolve the team and what the executive is required to do. We were going to go through kind of a update on what got us to the situation. Basically, we've had 5 days now of no scheduled work sessions, and basically this is a complete break of continuity, and basically it's the 2nd time this month, and basically this is just too much, right? It's just not, obviously it's not working. We have major problems, and so there are many policies that do not allow the budget to move forward without any work at all. So the two proposals.
We're hearing that the proposals are being revisited. Let's continue clarifying each one and confirm our next steps.
Yeah, so the two proposals is one, to allow the team to not dissolve and to continue to refuse to schedule to do work sessions while forcing the executive to constantly, every day, waste hours and hours on supporting the team by himself and trying to get the team paid.
Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
While no work is being scheduled, right? And then the other proposal is basically to dissolve the team and the budget, and this would be all budgets, including the deliverables budget, right? Including deliverables budget. Martins and Lucy would get an immediate severance for $50-$100, and then no one else is doing anything. Basically, anyone who wants to continue would have to change their POP to tokens only. I don't think this is, unless you're working on recruitment, right? Unless you're working on recruitment or planetary sessions, something like that. Any worker who has specific client work income, self-driven responsibilities, could subcontract directly with the client to do that. For example, taxes. So we could do the taxes deadlines work. Any other work can continue token work if the POPs are changed. And then we have no one else can work for upfront pay in the co-op until a full recruitment round has been completed and a full recruitment budget has been approved by the HR board, by an active HR board.
We're hearing the two proposals clarified, one to continue as is and one to dissolve with conditions. Let's confirm which direction we need to focus on next.
Cool. So let's let everyone speak. So Lucy, Martins, if you want to explain the situation and your perspective and what's going on, and then what you think about the proposals, or if you have any other proposals you would like to submit as other solutions. I'm certainly open to other solutions, like someone else taking over as executive. I don't know how that's going to work, but whatever option you guys want to consider, you can have as many options as you want.
I would
We're
like
hearing
first
an invitation
you
for
to bring
Lucy
the
and Martins to
proposal.
share perspectives and
Whereby-
alternatives. We'll listen, and once they
you
share,
said
we'll confirm the path forward.
automation of team dissolve, and according when those proposal was proposed, it was proposed when there was a dissolution for the team. Then me and Mamun, who are willing to do it without we forget about all the work we did to move organization forward. That is whereby you come up with WCG. Then after that, we went ahead and vote for different teams, which I did not go to. I was not working on WCG again. Then even during the time when I was working, I was not affected
Time for breath.
by
Please stop and get ready.
by those
Now
proposals.
inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
Because that proposal was applying to, if you are taking that to work for 1.5 hours, it has to be daily. And me and Mamun, we part away. And by then, even we can go back, we do have recordings for other sessions. We did not follow that. We part away of SFC. SFC by then was working any hours that they want, and we are not being affected by that. By then now, Martin came in and joined WCG with Sandra. After working on that with Sandra, they were following even until they were having a session during Azuri time. I mean, all world time, because
Yes, you are.
it was required to do 1.5 to follow the policy. Then from there again, we came up with the other teams, different teams. You forget about WCG. You come up, I don't know which team was it, DW. That is not another, that also goes to different policies. Then from there, the last team was, I think, allow me to finish the last team. The last team was FOC. FOC is not affected by, and also all of those, they joined the FQN policies. But now I'm surprised when that policy applying to people and we forget about that and we bring a different teams. No one is even working using those policies. We know it very well. I'm like, I would like to understand this. It's really like I'm feeling that it's something is not working up. It's not adding up for me before coming with all those things.
Okay, so I can respond if you're done.
I'm done.
We're hearing that perspective shared concerns about policies shifting over time. Let's confirm the main points and hear any further responses before we move forward.
So I think what you're forgetting, Lucy, is that then there was another insolvency in that when we had a major problem and the only way to move forward was doing the recruitment because everyone refused to do recruitment, right, for years and years. Basically, we all agreed that no team could exist with a single individual on it, and that we were combining all the teams together and we were all going to follow the same policies because this is just ridiculous and too much. The idea that each individual has their own policies is insane and not happening and not acceptable. I am not okay with that or overseeing it.
Count.
And
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
And so we all confirmed that if the recruitment was not successful, then the individuals had to go into an individual pay framework. They could not be an individual in a team. There is no individual in a team. And that was all agreed and all understood. And either way, your policy is under this assumption that you, as an individual, can force me to work for you when you don't want to work. Unacceptable, because that's what you're saying. You're saying I have to continue as executive. I have to continue bending over backwards to get you paid and get everyone else functional and do everything for everybody else, and screw me, right? And I have no choice to stop. And that is not going to happen because that is ridiculous. Because this is over. I am done. So I think you're very mistaken in your assumption and understanding of the policies. Because your policy assumes that basically I have to work for you and do whatever you want me to do.
We're hearing
which is also very, very, very against policy. So your policy breaks many, many, many policies. Because
it's not my policy, it's organization
policies
that was there. We all followed it. But I realized to some point, always, you don't want someone to chip in and say something that they feel or their point of view. It always ends up wrongly.
No, but everything that you said was correct, minus that you missed an entire process of decision making where we combined all the teams and all the policies together and said that we could not move forward with individuals on teams. The whole idea of an individual on a team is simply not allowed and not functional. We have a policy for that. It's called an individual contract, which I am proposing on line 23, right? So you can have an individual subcontracted contract as an individual, and basically there's no team, right? If everyone just wants to be an individual, there is no team. And that was all agreed on. So everything that you said, Lucy, is correct up until the point that you ignored and skipped the policy that we all agreed on, that we could not continue with individuals on teams. There was actual responsibility to run your team, which you're not meeting those responsibilities, including recruitment, because you refused to work.
It's fine, Jay, let's move forward. We need to have a topic of issue of clarification and really want to get exactly what Jay needs. Because when you respond to Jay's issue, when you keep silent, you write issues.
There's no issue, Lucy. Let's just let Martine speak. You're saying, Lucy, that you have no responsibility.
Stand up.
That's what you're saying. That you have no responsibility. You can do whatever you want.
You don't care
You
about
can be
the
an
workers. You
individual on the
start
team.
complaining.
Let's hear what Martine
just get
says.
down of this and
Let's
let
let
allow
Martine
to
speak
be.
and see what Martine wants to because obviously me and you disagree, Lucy. So maybe Martine's can be the breaking viewpoint.
For you, disagree because I respond to you. How I wish I could have.
No, that is just not true. We just have different perspectives, and it's perfectly reasonable to have different perspectives. So stop saying that literally just talking is a problem. Because you can talk all you want, I can talk all I want, and we're perfectly professional, able to communicate. Every time you seem to think that every time I open my mouth, I'm attacking you, and every time that you open your mouth, you think that you're going to get attacked. That is not happening at all. That's in your perception. It's not reality. Right? What is actually happening is we're having a professional conversation and we're communicating back and forth as normal human beings, and you have a perspective, I have a perspective. Neither of our perspectives have anything to do with you as an individual or personal thing. It's all about our policies as a team that affect everybody equally. Period. Because it's not about you, Lucy.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about you as a person, as an individual. I'm only interested in team and organizational policy, period. Any discussion on individuals at this point is really just not acceptable.
Okay, good. Yeah, let me quickly say this. I know that most of the messages, every message sent by Jay, not that I did not see it, not that I didn't have anything to say. I decided to keep quiet till today. And why was that? I got annoyed by one single phrase that Jay said when he was trying to show his displeasure about our inability to get work done. And what was it? He said, if we can spend 5 million years trying to sort documents together. That alone didn't go well with me in my mind. That means I'm here to waste my time. I'm here not to get anything done. Knowing fully well that we all agree that we should come back so that we can get the work done. And I've noticed most of the time, whenever we are close to getting work done on a particular work assignment we are doing, and there is just a little mistake from the worker or inability to do it right, get it right, Jay doesn't exercise patience to at least allow us
Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
What was that last part you said?
I said, you don't always exercise patience or tolerance level to guide us, to put us through. You understand? And this has always affected majority of all. The same thing happens with the recruitment follow-up. We were close to finishing. The same thing with the half-year bonus. The same thing with the token payroll we were doing to start with November, December. That got me angry seriously. One way or another, everyone involved in this organization, we are sacrificing something. But the moment you sense that you are being taken for granted or you don't get appreciated, there's limit to which you can continue. Now, like even before we had that disagreement or we had that tough, intense conversation on that day, I said since the beginning of this year, my program activities has kind of changed. That I will not be spending much of time, that I need to get back to school, work, so I need to juggle all these activities together. You understand? So I can't spend my usual regular hour for work. That is why sometimes I could have Andromeda and Cobalt, knowing fully well that the next day or two, or the next 2 days, I might not be able to be available for work. So just to meet up with a reasonable amount of longer period of time committed to work. That's the reason why I do that. That is by the side. Another thing I see that I am not against any of these proposals available. I am indifferent about it. But rather, I will want us to review our policies regarding work. If we have a policy that is so strong and potent that we need to follow, we need to comply with, which says that we should do all work, it basically means that anybody getting involved in this organization should take this work, to take the assignment in the organization as their primary assignment, or they should see this the engagement they are having with this organization as more like you are going to a physical work setting. That is what it is.
Absolutely.
That is what it is. To me, that is what it is.
100%.
Because there is no way you want to get
Please
all
stop
the
and get
work
ready.
done
Now inhale. 1,
without
2, 3.
devoting
Exhale.
a large
1,
number of your time
2,
to it.
3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
Then, if that is the case, I believe we should have a policy in place that for you to even get paid at all, you must have done 75% of the work, and of which you will still not have full pay. So then it will begin to give us another sense or a new dimension of how work is. Okay, fine. If I want to get my complete work, I'm in my full pay, I need to get the work done. I don't know how we are going to bring it in. Maybe it will be in between business budget or deliverable budget. It will help resolve so many issues. I can tell you one of the reasons why Ate left, it is when they are at the tail end of getting a job done, disagreement happens, they leave. Some might not be able to bear it any longer. This is a sheer waste of time and everything, that the executive not even want to appreciate what people are doing and everything. Staying in this organization for this long, despite the challenges we are going through, is not necessarily because of the pay. But at the same time, I keep saying that you always be compensation for your investment. They might not be getting paid in terms of physical payment at the moment, but I believe there is a form of reward that might come to him maybe now or in the future. Or maybe the organization is being rated well because we have a large number of people in the organization, or the organization have people and recruitment is going on. Maybe that alone might be giving him joy, the satisfaction, or maybe doing, you see, this issue has to do with, we must be empathetic about each other, what we are going through. As much as we are trying to see things in this perspective, they too need to see things in our own perspective. Maybe because of the cultural differences, coming to a global settings, bringing different type of orientation, perception, view about work, might be the issue that we need to get into. The issue is not about policy at all.
Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
But the issue is about being empathetic. Being, we should try to see things in each other's view. We should move to a common ground. this policy, if we have it today, if it is passed into law as it should be or as it may be, are you getting me? It might still not, it could work for a while, but at the same time, we'll still come to the same point. Thank God I was happy that Jay said he noticed that similar thing happened few weeks back, and it's still happening again. And not just this year, it has been happening in the time past. So we should find a model that works for us. That if we are going to be getting the work done, fine. This and this, like now, you see. One other thing I need to say, that was the time so Lucy, please permit me to say this. There was a time me and Lucy we were talking about the amount of mental stress one has to go through working. Yeah. So there should be a form of like health benefit. Certain problem. Yeah. So as I was saying, sorry, there should be a form of, let's say, a form of benefit, like let's say health benefit or something that will be coming, because sitting down, I told you that as a result of spending a large number of time working, sitting, there is this part of my body that is swelling. I always, so I can't sit for long again. The maximum I can sit for is maximum of 2 hours. It is affecting me, like before that I can sit 5 hours. I can't do that again. So all these things have to be considered. So when you come to session, nobody understands you. You are trying to explain things, and they are not getting you. Which it happens to J too, happens to Lucy too. You will feel frustrated. You will feel like you need to step aside. So at least get yourself. The reasons why I didn't reply to so many messages was because I was angry. I was annoyed. I'm not moved about whether there is a resolution or there is a people are still in the budget. I'm not moved about that. I'm moved about how we can bring a positive, a concrete solution to it.
Time to take a break. Please stop, write down whatever you were about to say, and take a break for 6 minutes.
So we're way over time on this topic. And we have a break.
Yes. I think I should stop here. So let there be some reaction and.
Do we want to continue the topic?
Yeah, we need to continue. We can have a view or something.
Okay, Lucy, do you agree on continuing topic 1.1?
Yes.
And just, discussion on proposals is fine? Sweet. All right, well, let's take a break. When we come back, we can continue. Make sure that Martine's finished, and then we can go on to Lucy.
Okay.
And then I have plenty of things that I wanted to reply if you want me to go first, Lucy. Otherwise, you can go first, and I'll wait. But let's take a 5-minute break, and then when we come back, we can continue.
Okay, no problem.
We're hearing agreement to pause. Let's take that break, and when we return, we'll continue with Martine's completion or Lucy's points next.
Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
We hear the prompt to refocus. Let's reconvene and continue with the next speaker's points now.
So, Lucy, do you want to go first, or should I?
We're hearing a prompt for Lucy to
Yeah, let me
We'll
say
hold and
something
listen
before
for
you
Lucy's
go.
choice and confirm the next step.
This is just how I feel. At some point, we are a human beings. When things are not going right, the first thing you should just find a way of why people are silent. It's not that when I was not responding, I was communicating with the Martin. That is what I also would like you to know. It's not always good, not good to jump into conclusion. Lucy, you are not, you guys are not responding. I think you're communicating with the Martin. Don't jump into conclusion. We have a lot of issues in life. You don't know even which one you are going to handle. Financial strain that you have back there, that you cannot tell the public how you feel. Again, in where you are, you always need to address your colleague, you 2 to 3 things, you talk and finish the session. There is also issue there coming up. You don't understand even yourself. You are subjected to so many things. And again, accusation even. You are told like you don't get anything done. I'm done with you.
I'm sorry, but
felt
you've
so
hit the
bad
time
when
limit
I
for this
took my
conversation.
time. I decided even
Please
to
start
use my
a new
own
chat to
band.
keep the
I don't even
conversation
have
going.
the internet. I even had an issue with my own landlord.
I'm sorry.
I decided to make sure I have to respond to Jay. But Jay, you start like, I feel like you are attacking. I don't know, I just like, you know, when you have stress, maybe something that is not serious, you feel like maybe it is attack. It's just that a lot is happening. A lot of it is happening in your life. Even having an internet that sustains you to go and talk there is a problem. And also, let me also talk about the policies. Our policies also say, you always say it just, you always say yourself, this is not your place, this is not your place if you don't have an internet. It's only the place for the people who are better, for people who already make it in life. You know, such also alteration, it also makes someone just like you are confused. For me, I am confused because most of the time when I join, I just try my best even to borrow. At least I have internet. I know tomorrow might be
Time to
better.
pause. Please stop.
Every day
Close your
is
eyes.
not gonna
Count.
be
1, 2,
But
3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
the effort that you put in, no one see that effort. They only see you have been getting $1,000, you have been getting this. No one understand you. Maybe until someone, maybe the day that maybe you don't hear me or you don't see anyone on social media, especially now, you should be worried. You should not complain. You should be instead be worried because a lot is happening. You are today here, you wake up, you see your neighbor is just, who talked with you yesterday is gone. You don't understand why. It's just the level of stress is too high. You don't know which one to handle and which one not to handle. You try your level best. You are told you don't do anything. You are doing nothing. You are doing what? A lot of messages. To me, I always feel the executive always have the last. You should have one message that's saying this and this. You should not come up with so many messages coming up like a junior or like maybe other workers. I think executive, you need to have, you need to observe and come up with one message, and you put all the details instead of having so many messages and like, oh, I'm done, you're wasting my time. Man, no. We are human. We are not wasting your time. No one is wasting your time. And no one is want to use you. You have said using you. No one want to use you. Using you how? Maybe for me, I don't understand always. I would like also you to explain to me what is when you say you are using. You're using you. How? On which way? On which way are we using you? I would like to know that because it is very important to know
I'm happy
at
to
least.
explain.
Yeah, it's very important.
Okay.
I'm just trying to help you to get more money. A lot of things. Just focusing on primarily focus on getting you and Martin paid. You are the one with the problems. It is a conflict of interest. All these things. I'm like, it put me like, imagine I have not eaten anything since the whole we have conversation with you. I'm sick. Trying to even recollect myself. What am I really? Which app am I on? Because I thought this is the place it should be like be concerned of each other. If there is thing we should solve it professionally. Then again, if you know that is what I don't understand from you. This is what I don't understand. When responding to you is a problem. When not responding to you is a problem. What else do you really want?
Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, relax.
We're hearing
Can
concerns
I,
about.
can I go now?
Absolutely. You
Yes.
can go ahead. I'm here if you need anything.
So,
All
what
right.
I want, Lucy, is I want work to get done. I don't care what you say. I don't care what I say. I don't care what anyone says. It's all that matters is actually doing professional work. If we want to do contentious situations and listen to each other and understand each other better, fine. But that's still not work. So if we want to spend 3 hours doing contentious sessions and communicating with each other, we also have to do the 3 hours of work, not instead of the work. Right?
Yeah.
So that's the problem. It's like, sure, when you talk, it's a problem. When you don't talk, it's a problem because you're not doing the work. There is no work. That's the problem. There is no work, no output, no actual anything. So what you're asking about, understanding how I'm being used, right? So I'll make it very, very clear to you in relationship to this week because I could go on and on and on for the last 3 years. But the basic bottom line from what I'm hearing from you two is, clearly everyone wants money. Clearly, you saying you can't eat or whatever, and then you're sick. You need money to support yourself and to take care of yourself and to be healthy and all that stuff, right? So don't pretend that is not asking for money because it is, right? Everybody's asking for money all the time, constantly, right? So you guys think it's perfectly okay to just stop communicating whenever the hell you want to. Oh, I'm upset. You don't think I'm upset? Clearly, everything you guys said in terms of describing my point of view is that I am clearly annoyed and upset, but I have no option to stop communicating, right? I missed communication from Alberto, who we could consider as like an investor, a client, right? And he was upset after like 2 hours. I didn't respond to him for 2 hours, and he started ranting about how unprofessional the organization is and how everything's falling apart now. This is completely because Jay's not available within 2 minutes, right? What is going on? Why is Jay not available, right? And you responded to Alberto, Lucy, so I know you remember this, right? So I need to work as the executive, get investors, bring in money, approve the needs of the clients, and do everything I can to bend over backwards to bring in money to get people paid, right? And I have to respond within hours and minutes. But you guys, and that's even if I'm upset, I'm annoyed, I still have to respond.
Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
But you guys, you can just not respond to anyone, just put all the pressure on Jay, do everything. Oh, I want to get paid. Oh, I need money for food. Oh, I need money for healthcare. Oh, I need, to be able to, go to school and have money for school and do all these other things that I want to do for my family and pay rent and do all these other things. And I need all this money, but we're not going to pay Jay for 2 years, right? We're only going to get us paid. And then I refuse to do the recruitment. I refuse to do the basic work. And then when things get difficult and Jay gets upset, I'm just not going to do anything. And I'm not even going to communicate. And I'm going to ignore him like he is literally a piece of trash. Right? That is unacceptable to me. I'm done with it. I can stop too. I should not have to communicate. It's done. I'm done. I don't want to be involved in this.
I hear you, and I understand the frustration and the challenges you're highlighting. Let's definitely keep the focus on productive, actionable steps moving forward. If there's anything specific you'd like to address or any support you need, just let me know.
Sure, no one wants to use me, but for years and years, people have. And they have been pushing me to the limit. I am sick. I am not healthy. I do not feel good either. This is a huge, huge, overwhelming commitment that I've been putting into for over a decade now, going on almost 2 decades. And it's just it's too much. And there's just no commitment or interest. And that's it. It's like, I don't care what you guys care about on any other level of anything, but if you're not going to do the recruitment, if you're not going to do the actual minimal work required and build a team, it's done. You have no right for anything. And if you don't want the money, then let's just dissolve the money budget. No one should be getting money. Take out money out of your proposal and just do the tokens. Period. And then I don't have to sit my ass to work and pay you guys money and figure out how to get you all paid.
I hear you loud and clear.
That's just not the case. That's not the reality of the situation. So I think you guys are just not in reality. You have this pretension that basically, all the things that you say are irrelevant, and that it only matters it doesn't matter that you guys want to get paid. That somehow that's just not relevant. It doesn't make any sense to me. So it's just I don't know. It's like you think that you cannot talk, but that I have to. If I don't respond for 5 days, you're going to be not particularly happy. If you want to get paid and the payroll's supposed to happen tomorrow, and I just disappear and just don't respond for 5 days, do you guys think that's perfectly fine? Because that's what it seems like you're saying. That I don't have to do shit. I don't have to respond to anybody. I don't have to do nothing.
Time to
if I'm gonna basically function like you guys, and that's insane for an organization to function that way.
For 30 seconds.
All right, it's time to take a stretch, but I have a few other things I was going to say.
Absolutely.
So in relationship to you saying about jumping to conclusions, what I did was the exact opposite of jumping to conclusions. I noticed that there was a coincidence that both you and Martins were not communicating at the same time. And so instead of jumping to conclusions and making an assumption, I asked a very simple, straightforward question to confirm that there was no outside communication going on, to not jump to conclusions. And then you confirmed that there was not. And so there was no conclusions jumped to. So there is no problem asking simple questions because there was no assumption made. It was like, okay, I don't want to make an assumption or jump to conclusions, so I'm just going to ask the question, right? As far as the last time that this happened, there was 2 or 3 weeks ago, whatever. But the time before that was when the whole organization got destroyed by Nainmo and Ate and all that, right? That's the last time this happened. So, people don't want to work, it's over. Because that's what this reminds me of. Absolutely. It's just less people involved. It's just the two of you. Right? So I think the proposals are fair. If there's nothing against the proposals, let's just move on with our lives. It doesn't make any sense. People don't want to work, then there's the idea that I am forced to work and communicate, but no one else, that's just, I'm done. That's not going to happen. And absolutely, our model is like a physical engagement. You come and you show up to work on time. And you do the work as a team, and you work in a virtual office setting as a real-time virtual office space. That is exactly what we're doing. We've made that very clear in our job descriptions. If people don't want to be involved in that, they should not be involved. But that is the actual job description of what we're doing as a real-time virtual assistant. So I disagree with the idea that I'm not patient. I can give you guys as much time if you want. Actually, I gave you 5 days to make the list, and you just ignored it and you didn't do it. I was like, take as long as you want. I just don't want to work on this anymore. So last Saturday, I wanted to stop. You guys wanted to keep going, and I was just done. I was like, no, I want to stop. I'm not going to sit here and waste my time doing something that is not necessary, because it's not my work. It's your work. And I said, take as long as you want to complete this list. And guess what? You did, and you took forever because you didn't complete it. You could have taken 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 5 days. You didn't do it. So I'm very patient. You can take as long as you want to do the work, but if you don't do the work, it's done. And if you're not communicating, it's even more done. I'm not interested in any level where people think it's inappropriate to not communicate just because they're annoyed. That's not what professional work is. We're not here to all be happy
Time to
and
pause.
hunky and dory and having fun
Close
when
your
people
eyes.
can't eat and people can't pay their
One,
rent and their food.
2, 3,
Because we
4,
can't get
5.
clients. And we can't
Open
do
your
work. Like,
eyes.
that's not what this is about having fun and doing things. Like, I don't, if that's what you guys want, and you guys want to go join a happy, funky, fun club and not a business doing work, then go join a fun club. There are fun clubs out there that exist that you can join, the fun club of the month, and just talk about stuff that has nothing to do with money and nothing to do with business. But if we're here talking about business and money, then we need to be professional, and not responding and communicating for a week is not professional, no matter how upset you are. If you're upset, you get on Jitsi and you have a contentious session. That is our policy. And if you don't do that, it is also clearly our policy that then you are removed. So it's another of the dozen policies that are being broken that clearly state that this is over, that if there's no interest in doing work, the team is dissolved. And you can continue to get tokens if you want to work on recruitment and other things. Otherwise, there's nothing else left to do. But I should not be forced to work with people who do not want to work, period. And that's where I draw my line. Is that what you guys are proposing is that I am forced to continue when I don't want to.
I hear your concerns, and it's definitely important that we find a solution that works for everyone. Let's make sure we're all on the same page moving forward.
Jay, I want to ask this question for me. When we do proposals, I wanted to ask Sammy, when we do our recruitment draft and we craft our message and we send it to all these third-party platforms like Upwork, Wakana, and people respond that they are interested, what do you think they are coming to come and do? I know it's a silly question, but I want you to answer me.
As far as the job description goes?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the RTVA.
What do you think is
the RTVA
what do you think is their motive for coming?
Oh, the motive is to be to make money.
Cool. That is just so. Their motive is to make money. When their motive is not achieved first week, because most people get paid or wants to get paid weekly, not monthly.
Okay, well, let's set up a weekly payroll. Why don't we set up a weekly payroll?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to do the work.
Hold on, Jay.
I'm fine with weekly payroll. I have no problem with weekly payroll.
I just want to pass something to you so that you can understand. And that did not get achieved week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. And the work continued to become expanded, and they are having to do a lot of meet up with pay stubs and everything. Do you think they will even continue? What I want to say is that the motive of joining this organization truly is that to get something in return. Money, tokens, as the case may be. So nobody will join this organization spending 5 hours, 6 hours just talking, at the end of it, anything not coming. They are wasting their time, they are wasting their data too. You understand? So we need to run this model in such a way that for each work done or percentage of work done, people get paid for it. Fine. That is what will make people stay. That is what make people get serious. People get motivated when they see reward for their efforts. They don't move if they don't see reward for their efforts. The reason why this thing is circling around is because people are not seeing anything that will motivate them for their inputs. That is just the basic truth. Nobody can. We all know the condition of what this work is. You get to work, you do this, you do that. There are protocols to which you can get work done. Fine. If you don't get it done, you won't get paid. Yes, some workers still get moving, but because of the pay stubs that is in one corner, at another extreme end, we are juggling between pay stub and other work responsibility of the organization simply because the policy says get all job done. So, if we truly want to do something, we need to get serious about method of payment. We need to get serious about getting work job done. If you are given a job within a space of 1 month and you can't get it, you get removed from the budget. Then you go and queue again. If you have the luck, they take you back into the budget again. Let's read that way. These are the type of policy. you definitely know that you are kicked out simply because you can't get the job done at the specific required time. Then they look for another person.
Yeah, that's what I'm proposing. Because we didn't do the work, it's been a month, the removal from the budget. So I agree with you.
So that's just it. So so you agree with me, but you are not agreeing with the percentage of what the job, percentage of effort you have inputted into the work should be paid to. You are not agreeing with that, but you are agreeing with the fact that
I don't
all
know
the
what
jobs
that
should be done.
means. We're getting about 1% of the work done at this point. Maybe less, because we barely did any work the last month. So what are you saying about the percentage?
What I'm saying is that, okay, let's say, like we usually run it before, if your commitment hours is, let's say, 15 hours per week, and you need to do taxes, you need to do voting form, you need to do recruitment, and all these things,
Time
they
to
have
pause.
stages and
Please stop.
processes involved,
Close your eyes.
and you were
Count.
able to
1,
follow
2,
up with
3,
recruitment to the
4,
point of
5.
creating
Open
a
your
draft,
eyes.
reviewing the draft, sending the draft, but you couldn't do interview or conduct interview for the recruits, then you won't get paid for that. The previous one. So if you are given some certain period of time and you still can't get it done, automatically you get removed. And at the same time for taxes, let's say you've done I don't know much about taxes. Maybe you done tax 1, tax 2, tax, and you have like 10 taxes to complete, and you just did 6. You get paid for that and you move forward. I think that applies with
Yeah.
deliverable
So
budget, and we need to stick with that.
what you're saying is that for the taxes, if you complete 75% of the work of the taxes, that the business has to pay you thousands of dollars, and then we don't complete the taxes, so we don't actually turn them in by the deadline, and so then the business has to pay thousands and thousands of dollars for fees to the government. That's what you're saying is fine, based on your model, because the taxes don't get completed and get late. So basically, the business has to burn both ends, has to pay thousands of dollars to the workers to not complete the work, and then pay thousands of dollars to the government for not turning in the taxes that were not completed.
No, no, get it right. I'm not talking about. I just use tax as an example, but I'm
Exactly,
giving
because
an
taxes is
illustration
good.
like for that. Taxes are it is very, very important to the organization because of the fines that come from the government. That will be taken as a separate contract.
It is a separate
A
contract. So there you
separate
go.
yes, a separate contract for tax.
I mean,
You
I have no
understand?
problem. We can do each individual contract separately and break it down, which is the whole point of Umbus and all of the contract work that we don't do, and we don't do the new contracts either. So I can list all the things that you guys don't do. There is a lot of work. I mean, the amount of work that we've gotten done in the last 2 months is almost nothing, if potentially actually nothing, and it is ridiculous. We are perfectly capable of doing all the recruitment, doing all the RTVA, doing all the VA sessions, doing all the payrolls, doing all the updating of the budget, and all the new contracts, and setting up all the different things you just mentioned, how each contract can have its own set of rules, but you guys just don't want to do the work. So we can sit here and talk all we want to about hypotheticals in the future, but the bottom line is you say that you have a commitment of 15 hours per week, but what happens when a worker does 0 hours? That's what we're talking about now. That's the reality of the situation. We have a week, 0 hours. A couple weeks ago, 0 hours. The work is not happening. People are not meeting their commitment. What does the organization do? What happens in a normal organization when the workers just stop working, right? Like, that is the situation we're in, and that is the situation we need to resolve.
Absolutely, that makes sense. It's crucial that we have clear expectations and accountability for everyone involved. Let's definitely align on that and make sure we're moving forward productively. Thanks for sharing your thoughts.
So it's time for another break. But I'm fine talking about all these things, but we still need to address the current situation. And for me, there's only 3 options for it. Either one, you just force me to do whatever, which is the proposal 1. You want to vote yes on the preferred proposal, that basically I'm forced to break my back and bend over backwards for everyone else and get everyone else paid and deal with all of the investors and deal with all of the executive stuff, deal with all the taxes, deal with everything, and everyone else can just stop and do whatever the hell they want to whenever they want to, except for me. Or we dissolve the team and we move forward with the plan as professional adults based on the policies, right? or we need to get to freaking work. Those are the options. There is no other option here that I can think of. So if you have another option, bring it up. But talking about a bunch of hypotheticals for the next 5 hours doesn't help the organization at all. So let's take a break and let's get actual focused on the current situation instead of talking hypotheticals, because I'm fine after we make this a decision, we can have topic 2 and we can focus on whatever you guys want to focus on. We can talk about, Andromeda Galaxy and talk about, what's going on in politics, or talk about, all of the issues with, the stock market. I don't care what you guys want to talk about. We can do contentious session for the next 10 hours. But first we need to agree on what happens when the workers stop working. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So we are a 5-minute break. Let's come back and hopefully we can get back on topic and actually get agreement on our options and our proposals. So I can write down the options if we want.
I think we lost Lucy.
All right, let's send a message to Lucy.
Okay.
Understood. That sounds like a solid plan. We'll take that break and then we'll come back focused and ready to align on the key decisions. So let's regroup shortly and tackle those priorities together. Enjoy the break. Of course, take your time and I'll be here whenever you're ready to jump back in. Let me know if you need anything in the meantime.
And
It's
the
4
break.
o'clock.
Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
Absolutely. I'm back and ready to dive in. Let's get focused and move forward with the next steps. Just let me know what you'd like to tackle first.
Yeah, same question to me. Do we send a message to Lucy to follow policy here?
Yes.
Back.
Lucy's back? Oh, I think that's just him trying to do mobile data packs. Okay. Oh, Lucy's back. Okay.
I'm back.
So, what is the plan to move forward here? Because I feel like I'm being very clear, but you guys seem to not want to focus on the proposals of the work. So, what are we doing?
I hear you and I appreciate the clarity. Let's make sure we align on the proposals and the next steps. We can definitely get everyone on the same page and ensure we're moving forward productively. Let's dive into those details now.
Okay, for me, I can say we are not on the same page, of course. I can say when we have the dissolution before some time back, what is the dissolution mean of the team? It means if there is a dissolution, then it's a very big thing, by the way, to happen. If it all you want the dissolution to happen, no one forcing you. But if you want the dissolution to happen, then because I remember when we have when the team was dissolved, a lot of things were happening. We were working on all their token to compensate their effort so that they can go out. Whoever you come back or go out, it involved the dissolution. Does that mean if you are going to do the dissolution, I think then the organization should first consider then, just my view, please don't use it against me because any comment, it's always going in up bad. The organization should then make sure we get all our tokens for 2024 up to date. Then because the solution is not something small, it's something that's going to affect the organization, then we should get all the value that we had before. Then now we see, because you talk of we need new people need to be recruited, then we deserve them to be compensated for other values before you do the dissolution. There should be then requirements. What need to be done to dissolve? Not just like we can give upfront $50 to Lucy and
Time
Martin.
to pause.
Is that
Please
all?
stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
You have said we talk about money. Nothing we do, money. Can you then find a way of not talking about money?
Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing. Is talking about money. So let's talk about money. So if you do $50 is enough, then let's. If you want $100, if you have $100 is enough, then $150. I don't know. Just tell me what you want, and let's get agreement on it, and then move on. If that's what it's about, then that's what it's about. So it's just like that is part of the proposal in dissolving the team is how much money you all get paid. I'm just going to pay it out of myself because there's no money anywhere else. And we're not doing a loan. So it's like that's the whole point, Lucy. And the whole idea is to give you upfront pay instead of the tokens because the tokens is a massive amount of work that nobody wants to do the work. So we're not doing the token. All right. So basically, instead we do the upfront pay, and you need to tell how much money you want. And then we dissolve the team and we move forward. And then I'm also saying that we can continue to work on self-driven as responsibilities that are essential, like taxes. So it's just like, I think it's perfectly fair. I think it's perfectly functional and professional. And I do agree it is a big dissolution, except there's a huge difference between what happened when the organization was ripped apart. Because I agree with you, Lucy. Back then, there was like 20 people involved, and there was a lot going on. And there was constant communications every day. And there was, all the time we had emergency sessions, and the HR board was actively communicating all the time. And there was a lot of work going down on the tokens and everything else while we were ripping ourselves apart and dissolving because of the issue The core issue in that moment was the difference in the basic core values and our mission, right? And that's what was fracturing us, ripping us apart. This is very different. This is an automatic dissolution caused because no one's working and nothing is happening. Nobody's communicating, nothing, right? So it's just an automatic dissolution because there's nothing happening. So there's nothing to do, right? So it's a very different situation. This has nothing to do with our core values. This has nothing to do with our mission. It's just the fact that no one wants to work and no one wants to communicate. So boom, the organization's automatically dissolved. People don't work, no one communicate. They don't have to, but I should not have to be forced to work and communicate when no one else wants to. That's the whole point. Is I'm done. If you guys don't want to work, I don't want to work either. I'm walking away. The team is dissolved. It's automatic. And we also offer, you know, the severance and stuff. So the team is getting
Please
dissolved.
Stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
So the team is getting dissolved automatically because no one wants to work and no one wants to communicate. And then from there, it's just a matter of what we do from there. So it's like, if you guys want to get agreement on a compensation package and how we move forward, we can get agreement on it, or we can just walk away, because that's what you guys did. So I'm walking away too. Done deal. So either you can agree on a package of how we want to move forward, or we can just dissolve and just do nothing. That's basically the way I see it, because I don't think it's
You
fair.
are
the
not
idea that I get
responding about
forced.
the. Sorry for cutting you off. Responding about the token because it is dissolved and move part ways. Whoever want to continue can continue. What about our value since 2024 up to date?
Do the work. It's just work that needs to be done to do all the token work. I've worked my ass off on tokens every single week for the last 5 months. And getting the whole automated system going, and we have all the token stuff ready. And we were even working on it last week, but then you guys stopped. So eventually we'll get the tokens done, but the proposal is that instead of the tokens, you're getting upfront pay. So if you want the tokens, then there's no upfront pay.
Absolutely, that makes sense. We'll ensure everything is clear and aligned moving forward. Let's keep the focus on what's actionable and fair for everyone involved. Thanks for sharing your perspective, and we'll work through it step by step.
So the alternative proposal, let's make this a separate option. So basically in our list of options on line 157, we could say that we dissolve the team with upfront pay, and then we have dissolve the team with token pay. So if we want to dissolve the team with token pay, so the upfront pay would be immediate, and dissolve the team with token pay, I don't know, we give 2 months. You know, at least a month. I would need a month, but you know, possibly 2 months, and I'll just do it by myself. If anyone wants to help, they can help, but you know, I'll just do it. I don't at this point, I don't have any expectations of anyone lifting a finger.
So the token is from which year to which year?
I will do 2025, the current moon month, 157, leap era. So it's 2025 to present, right? It's actually technically December 31st.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes.
2024.
Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So to complete the current leap era token payroll.
Got it. That sounds like a solid plan. We'll make sure to detail both options clearly and keep everything well organized. Once we've got that laid out, we can move forward step by step and ensure everyone's on the same page. Let's keep it moving from here.
What about the rest of the token?
Do the work, Lucy. What about it?
Please don't raise the voice. I'm just asking, please.
No, I'm asking you. Why won't you do the work? If there's no work, there's no token. What do you not understand?
I understand, and I
This
appreciate.
is what I'm talking about right here. Is you guys think that I should work my ass off to get you paid, and you don't have to do nothing, and that's why I'm leaving. That's why I have nothing to want to continue. And it just makes me upset, because that's what I'm hearing from you, Lucy. Do you understand, Martine?
No, Jay, please, sometime please just let's have a session that goes well until the end. No one want to. Why are you so annoyed? We ask questions. Do you want to
Confirm whether
speak
what
by
I said
yourself?
was correct. I'm hearing you pressuring me to do work
Okay.
for you to get you paid, and you do nothing. Is that correct? Yes or no?
I don't do nothing. I do the work.
Okay, then why are we talking about it? Let's schedule to do the
I'm
work.
not doing nothing.
Let's do the work. When do you want to
That
schedule?
is
Let's
you
schedule
who
this
see me
afternoon.
doing
I'm ready in
nothing.
1 hour. Let's do the work.
Okay.
Are you ready to schedule to do work? Yes or no? Okay, that's a no. No work. Is it work or yes or no? Because I just heard you say that you want to do work for the first time
I
in
don't
5
want to be
days.
given a condition. No one is giving you condition.
I'm
Please let
giving
me
conditions. The conditions is that it's been 5 days. No one's willing to do any work or
if
schedule.
you give,
That is
when you give
unacceptable,
somebody
and I'm
yes or
done.
no,
I
to me
am
it is a
done.
condition. Don't give me condition of yes or no. No, I'm not that type of giving no yes or no.
That's professional.
I'm a
That's how
human being like
professional
you.
work
You
was.
should not treat me.
If you don't
Don't
give a
treat
yes or
me
no
like a piece
answer,
of trash.
it's done. We're moving on. Martins, it's not professional for you to say,
Why
I
you
want to work, I don't know.
why you done.
Because you
You
refuse
don't want
to
us
work,
to
Lucy.
discuss things slowly.
I'm done because you
You
refuse
are
to
so
schedule
upset,
for
please.
work. That is why I'm done.
My God.
You either schedule for work professionally, otherwise I'm done. Because forcing me to work and spend my time when nobody
No one is
else
forcing
is
you. Kindly
willing
go
to
ahead.
work.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
well
I
then
rest
let's
my
check out and I'm
mouth.
done. Let's just check out. If you guys are not forcing me, I do not want to be here right now. I'm done.
Time to
I
stretch.
absolutely
Please
100%
stop.
have no interest
Stand
in being
up
here right
and
now
stretch and
because
move
you are
around
forcing
for
me
30
to be here when
seconds.
you refuse to work. I am here to trying to help you guys get paid, and I want to leave now. If you're not forcing me to be here, I'm gone immediately, and we can check out. So either you're forcing me to be here and you refuse to work, otherwise you're not forcing me to be here and I'm leaving and it's done. Do you understand?
I want to ask.
I am very serious right
Hello,
now.
Jay.
Very, very serious.
Hello, Jay.
I understand, and I appreciate you
Did-
sharing that. Let's take the necessary steps and
Hello,
make sure
Jay.
everything is resolved in the best possible way. I'm here to support however I can. Let's move forward carefully and thoughtfully.
So the proposal that says that to dissolve the team and all budgets, including deliverables budget, to get us paid at least 50% upfront fee. What are the works involved? Is it the regular payroll work that is
Absolutely, that makes
Or
sense.
you just-
We'll need to carefully outline all the deliverables, the work involved, and the exact breakdown of the
It's
budget.
50. It's $50, and this will be paid from Jay's personal money because we can't take money from anywhere else. Jay is paying this from his personal money. I wish I could offer you more, but I'm broke. I only have like $300 in my name, so it's like it's just me giving him money and just being done with it because I don't want to deal with this anymore.
The $50 is too small.
Okay, then tell me what you want.
It's too
You want
small.
$100? You want $150? What do you
Yes.
want?
$150.
How much?
$150.
Okay, how about you get 100 and Lucy gets 150?
No problem. It's okay.
Okay, $100 for Martins.
All right, that sounds good.
$150 upfront pay, $150 for Lucy, and $100 for Martins. That's $250 that I have to pay out of my own pocket to get this ended, so I don't have to destroy my life anymore. I'm over this. I'm over destroying my life for other people. I'm done being forced to work to pay other people.
In addition to that, the payments we not go through Upwork because I'm having problem with Upwork at the moment. I would like to use my ACH account.
Got it. That makes sense. We'll arrange the payment through your ACH account, and that way we can keep everything smooth and straightforward. We'll make sure everything is clear and settled accordingly. Let's proceed from here.
That's a separate legal question that just needs to go to the HR board, and maybe Abu Bakar can make that decision or whatever. We can figure that out separately.
Abubakar is not talking and everything. This is exactly my 2 years in the organization, and the whole thing is getting divorced. So the only way to say goodbye to this issue is not to take me back through the stress of Upwork again, because it's as good as the money we hang.
Has it
I will
been
need
2
to
years?
do 1 or 2 things to
Has
get
it
to.
been 2 years?
I understand, and we'll definitely handle those details with the HR board and make sure
Has it
everything is.
been 2 years for the Upwork contract?
Yes, it has. Yeah, this is going to be 2 years this year.
When?
That would be, I think, April or so.
April. Okay, so if you want to wait till April to get paid, that's fine.
Why will I wait till April? Anything could
Absolutely,
have
we
happened.
can plan accordingly and
What?
ensure that everything is managed in a way that works best for everyone. We'll keep everything transparent and straightforward. Let's move forward step by step.
Waiting for April is more like I'm not being paid.
So it's
I'm
like
waiting till April.
August 2024. So how do we find the original contract?
We can definitely look into the records and pull up the original contract details. Let's make sure we
Otherwise, you're looking at, I think August 2024 might be the date. So you're looking at August 2026. So it's not April, it might be August.
Okay.
Got it. That makes sense. We'll
I don't know.
confirm
Anyways, the point is that is not my decision to make. That is the decision of, in fact, it has to go to the board of directors because it's breaking a legal contract. I have no authority to make that decision. So if the HR board is willing to do it, or willing to do it, it's me bending over backwards for you, and I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to bring it to the HR board. I'm willing to bring it to the board of directors for you because you want to do that, but for no other reason. But I'm not about to break the law and commit fraud in order for you to get paid. Like, and to end this, like, I just don't care. Like, it's not important for me to do that, to risk my life for breaking the law and breaking contracts. That's not what I'm here to do.
I completely understand, and I appreciate your clarity on that. We'll make sure to follow the proper channels and keep everything aligned with the legal and organizational guidelines. Let's work together to find a solid resolution moving forward.
So we can just follow the policy, and if the HR board approves it, then we can pay however the HR board approves it to get paid.
Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3.
So what are the policies? What are the things involved?
The what involved? What is the what involved? Can you repeat that, Martins?
I can't hear. Your network is breaking.
Yes, your network is breaking, Martins. So what are you saying? You're asking what? I didn't understand.
I said what you said. There's a policy involved in that, and I said, what is the policy? What are the steps to getting it done?
We're just making a proposal. It's a simple proposal to the HR board. So I'll put it on line 190, proposal to break the Upwork contract with Martins to pay him his, I don't know, $100 external from Upwork. Details that Martins will be 2 years on August 20th, 2026.
Okay.
Got it. We'll draft that proposal clearly and include all the necessary details for the HR board to review. Once
And
that's
this
set,
would require policy training, of course, because it is against policy to break this.
and the notification to the board as part of the proposal. That way, everything stays transparent and compliant.
Board of directors.
Say again?
Are we sending email to the board of directors?
Yes, if the HR board chooses to break a legal contract, that needs to be notified to the board of directors, because the board of directors oversees all the legal decision making in relationship to anything that is not under HR board policies. So breaking contracts is not. If we get sued, they don't sue the HR board; they sue the legal organization. So the board of directors is required to be notified, even though the HR board is still making the decision.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So anytime legal things come up, we have to notify the board of directors. So the last time we notified the board of directors is when Ate was suing us, and you had those 4 people who were basically suing us. The board of directors got fully informed on everything that was going on, even though it was an HR issue.
Okay.
So, like now, is the board of directors going to be notified the team is dissolved?
No, because that doesn't affect anything legally.
Oh.
It's just an HR decision. It's your guys' decision because you don't want to work. You're the one making the decision. Like if you don't want to work, obviously the idea that the team should continue when there's no workers working doesn't make any sense. So you guys are the ones making the decision to end the team because you refuse to schedule for work. And you've done so now for 5 days. How does that not make any sense? And this is the second time in the month that you've done this. And the first time there was a warning, and this time it is over.
I understand completely. We'll make sure everything is handled in line with the correct protocols, and we'll ensure clarity at every step. If there's anything else you need or any other questions, I'm here to help.
But making sure you understand this proposal, Lucy, this proposal involves a direct subcontracted work for you to work on the taxes for the deliverables pay, since you are perfectly capable of doing taxes, and that's something that still needs to get done even without a team. So you can still get paid up to $12 for every single tax deadline if you want to do the taxes. So that's up to you. And if there's other client work deliverables that Martine wants to do, he can propose for it. But, Martine's had basically a year and a half to learn client deliverables as self-driven responsibilities, and you chose not to. So that's just not my problem.
Also, you said you postpone all the token payroll up to when?
Indefinitely until someone does the work. Like, you guys can all do work for tokens, but just you're not getting any upfront pay. Like, there is no deliverables budget, which means that if you do work, there's no money coming in for the tokens, right? Whereas before, the tokens had a mechanism for payment, because we would still charge the client would still pay the organization, and all the money went to the
Take a
tokens.
break. Please stop. Write down whatever you were about to say and take a break for 6 minutes.
So what I'm saying now is that there's no budget, which means that even if we're only working for tokens, there's no payment from the client, right? The client is not paying for anything that the co-op does, because the client, like, how do you explain this to the client? Like, oh, it's perfectly fine for everyone just to stop working. Like what client pays money for that? It makes no sense. So the client is the problem. The client is not paying the co-op anymore. The client is ending the contract with the co-op because the co-op workers are not working. Does that make sense, or?
Okay,
So basically, like, there's no money for the tokens, right? So we can do the token payroll, we can do all the tokens, but the client, there's no guarantee the client is going to pay us money to not do any work, right? Because the money for supporting the value of the tokens comes from the client. So the main focus to support the tokens in the work is line 27 is that no one else can work for upfront pay within the co-op until the full recruitment round has been completed and a full recruitment budget has been approved with the HR board, active and communicating to address issues. So the bottom line is that if we want to get paid, whether it's actual tokens that have value or upfront pay, we need to do recruitment. Because what's happening now, where no one wants to work, is unacceptable. We need to do recruitment to recruit people to work. So maybe you guys just don't get that part. So if you want to do the payroll, you can do the payroll. That's perfectly fine. We can get all the payroll done. I'm going to be working on the payroll, but I'm not forcing myself to work on it. And it will happen when it's automated. I'm going to be working on automating the entire payroll process so that it all can be done ideally weekly, if not more often. And then it will happen, as a automated platform for all of our token payrolls that will just be done for us, and then hopefully in the background. So that's what I'll be working on, right? So if you want to do manual payrolls, you can do that on your own time, but it's no longer a deliverable and it's no longer considered for upfront pay. You can track your time, you can track your tokens, but ain't no one putting any money in those tokens for that time and that deliverable. Whereas before, the client was paying for every single deliverable, money coming from the client to the co-op and the money going into the tokens. So there was lots of value in the tokens. So when you sold the tokens, there would be value and you would get your money. But that's all gone without a client. There's no client because we're not doing any work. I don't know what world you guys live in where clients pay people to not work, but you go work in that world because I wish I could. So you guys know all the businesses, you go work for clients that you don't have to do anything, you don't even communicate, and you get paid as much as you want. Do that now, because I would run there so fast, because I wish I could have that. But I don't know any ability to do that. So you go somewhere else for that. So either we approve these proposals and we move forward, or we don't. It's time for another break. We're way over time on this. I need to go. I need to actually get to work, and you guys don't seem to have any interest in that. So I need to leave. So let's take a break. Maybe we can vote on something when we get back.
Yeah, let's take a break because I'm running out of light here.
Yeah.
So it might go.
I'm also fine just stopping. We can just stop, and the main sessions will continue every week until we decide to cancel the main sessions, because the main sessions have nothing to do with the team. Our main sessions are part of the coalition. They're part of the membership. They're part of the whole executive systems and HR board, everything, right? So you guys are still members. You're still owners. You're still, fully empowered to make decisions on behalf of the co-op. Well, there's just no work happening. So if we just we have nothing scheduled, there's no work planned, and that there is the main session planned for next week, but there's no requirement that anyone has to come because there's no team, there's no budget, because there's no work.
Are we taking break or we are handling it now?
It's whatever you guys want to do. I'm here for you.
Are we
The only reason I'm here is for you.
You need to finish and go. I also want to go actually as well. But now I just have a question. On line 23, you want to continue to have the change of 4 tokens only. And then you say, unless you are working on recruitment and planetarization. What does that mean? Does that mean if you work on planetarization or recruitment, you cannot change your POP?
You don't have to. So basically what it's saying is that you are, when you have a recruitment round, everyone can work on the recruitment round even with the proposal for getting paid, right? So you can have a paid proposal and work on the recruitment until the recruitment is completed. Also, you can work on the planetary session as a member, not as a worker, right? But anything that is normal work that doesn't have a different hat, for example, either the recruit hat, right? So recruits can work on recruitment, right? Members can work on the planetary sessions, right? So when you're working on the recruitment,
break, time to start. Please get focused
But
on
there
the
is no
session.
budget.
you're wearing
How
your
can
recruit
that
hat.
person going to get
and-
the value?
Of course, yeah, there's no budget. That's just tokens.
Also, the token you said you cannot also get if there is no budget. Also, token goes with the budget as well.
Well, no, there's just nothing funding the token, right? You're still getting your tokens. The tokens just aren't backed by actual real money. Because we're not doing any work for the client. Like, why would the client pay? This is just internal stuff, right? The recruitment and the membership is not client money.
So when you when you do the recruitment, what do you tell the recruit? Because
that once we get agreement on the new budget, they'll get paid. Yeah, so our goal is just any other normal recruitment round, where we do the recruitment round, and then once we have agreement on the recruitment budget, we'll restart the new team with the new budget. And then everybody will start at the same time with the new team and the new budget. This team is being dissolved, and until the recruitment round is completed, there's no team, there's no budget, and no one's getting paid unless you're doing a tax deliverable. Do you want to work on taxes, Lucy? Go ahead. You can get paid to do all the taxes you want, which is like there's endless taxes for the whole year. And you can just do it on your own. You don't need to talk to anyone else. Because you put in the time and the effort, and you're very good at taxes, and you've been an excellent worker on taxes, and you're fully capable of doing the taxes on your own as a self-driven work. So the client POS would directly contract with you if you choose to do the deliverables for the taxes.
Absolutely, that makes perfect sense.
Okay.
We'll ensure that everything is communicated clearly to new recruits, and as we finalize the new budget and team, everyone will be aligned. And of course, any work on taxes or other deliverables.
And that is only available to you, Lucy, simply because you have done so well at taxes. So if Martine's had a client deliverable that he does really well, he could propose to do that too. In fact, I'm not against paying people to do the planetary sessions. The problem is simply that we just can't do it.
But you've hit the time limit for this conversation. Please start a new chat
Okay,
to keep the conversation
if we have
going.
one more thing, I just need to make some adjustments. Now, I'm saying this proposal, which says that the payment can, the proposal to break my Upwork contract, it might take a longer time and it has a lot of complications. So now,
You just need
if Truly J wants
you need
to,
one person, Abu Bakar, to vote yes. If he votes yes, then it passes. If he doesn't vote yes,
if he
then
votes
you either need
yes,
to, then it doesn't
okay,
pass.
now, I'm not saying now, tentatively, if he votes yes on it and
Time
the
to pause.
board of directors
Please
says
stop.
no,
Close
it
your
is still
eyes.
not going anywhere.
Count 1,
Because
2,
things with
3,
legal
4,
issues, they are the
5.
one with
Open
it.
your eyes.
So now, in a situation whereby it will not finally pass through, I will suggest that since I will revert to Upwork, but the payment should be 120 because they will charge at least 20% on top of that $100.
Whatever. I just don't care. So to cover that, we would be looking at
Understood.
Let's
Let's
say
keep track of.
175 for Lucy, 125 for Martins. So that's a total of $300.
Got it. So a total of $300 there. Let me know if there's anything else we need to confirm or adjust.
Again, this is not about the money. It is about the policies and treating people like human beings.
Absolutely.
I do
That-
not feel like I'm getting treated by a human being. I don't feel that the recruits are being treated like a human being. When I get upset at people, I don't gaslight them and just stop communicating with them and pretend like they don't exist. That's not how I do my professional work. So when you guys work for clients and you get upset at the clients, then you have that relationship with those clients that they think it's respectful and perfectly professional. If you just stop talking to the clients, even if there's problems, that's fine. You go join those clients, okay? And you get paid by them. But that is not how I operate. Okay?
Absolutely. That makes perfect sense.
So it
And
has
it's
nothing to do with the money. I don't care about the money. Obviously, I can't pay more money than I have. This is probably 90% of all my money, $300. I don't have money because I've been paid for 2 years, right? But I just don't care about the money. I just want this to be over. So if you guys want 300 instead of 100, whatever. Let's just get this done.
I completely understand your perspective, and we'll focus on resolving everything in a way that feels respectful and fair. Let's make sure we get it done smoothly.
So is that good enough for you, Martins?
Yes, that sounds good to me.
What is
Let's move.
The 125.
Got it. The 125 is noted. Let's keep everything on
Is
track
that a
from
yes,
here.
Martins?
Yes, that's all clear. We're all set up.
Martins? That's good or what?
Hello? Uh-huh.
I don't know. I can't.
Oh, you are Martin. You are with Martin. Martin.
I
Can
can't
you
hear
get-
Martins. All right, anyways, so
Let's-
let's take a break. When we come back, we can vote on this. Otherwise, let's just check out and be done. And then we can address it some
Let's
other
take a
time.
break and coming back.
Time
Maybe
for
Martin
breath.
will do it.
Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax. Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
I'm back.
I'm here.
Okay, I'm back too.
Great,
We
let's
couldn't hear
continue.
you before,
We have the
Martin,
session
when
start
Jay was
time
asking
and the
questions.
reminder confirmed.
Oh, sorry,
Next,
I was
let's move on
attending
to notes creation
Oh.
and linking. Are those confirmed as well?
I went to my room. I left sitting room.
So Jay
So what
was
was the
asking.
question?
Right,
Are
we'll
you
hold
okay
on.
with the 125?
Noted.
that
We'll
okay?
keep that in mind. Just let us know once everything is set and we proceed from there.
If it has potential to go up a little bit, I will want to go up a little bit.
Got it. We'll proceed with that adjustment. Just let me know when everything's ready and we'll continue.
125 is okay, but if there is no, make it 150.
Understood. We'll keep everything flexible. Just let me know when you're ready and we can move forward as needed.
I mean, for me, I don't care about the money, but I do care about the process, right? So if you guys are just making stuff up and doing whatever you want to, then just go to Abu Bakr. Like, I don't want to deal with that.
I understand, and we definitely want to keep everything
Like, I just
consistent.
feel like I'm getting played with, right? It's like, oh, I want
I
100,
think
oh, I
it
want
is
125,
it
oh,
is
I want 130,
Alice.
oh, I want this, I want
We
that. It's just like,
approve Alice
it just
as
sounds like
HR boss,
manipulation,
not
you know?
Abu
It's like, go to
Bakr.
Abu Bakr, get agreement on whatever. I don't want to have to deal with it.
I hear you, and we'll definitely make sure to keep everything clear and aligned. We'll focus on a smooth and consistent process moving
Like,
forward.
let's at least get agreement on what happened.
Okay.
So my understanding of what happened is that I offered 50, you said no, I want 100. So then we changed it from 50 for Martins to 100 for Lucy, and then Martin said he wanted more, and then he wanted 100, and so then we changed it from 50 to 100, and then Lucy to 150, and then Martin said he wanted more because of the fees, and so then he wanted 120, and so I said, okay, we'll do the 120, and I just made it 125 so that it was an even 300. So for me, the proposal is $300. So are we in agreement on that's what happened or not?
Yes, we're in agreement on that sequence of events. Let's make sure we have everything aligned and clear moving forward.
Please stop, stand up,
I want to ask
stretch
one
and move
question.
around for 30 seconds.
Absolutely.
Hello?
We'll keep it.
Yes, Martins?
Yeah, now, with
All
this
right, we're
proposal
here
now,
and
if it is passed now,
sounds good. We'll
if
keep things
I
moving
want
efficiently.
to learn, or I want to learn, or I want to work with you on, let's say, the platform, all those things. So my
No interest in
working
working
with
on the
you,
platform with you.
what do you say?
I have no interest in working on the platform for you. You're welcome to go on the platform and do testing, but you should just track your hours and you get tokens. That's it. You're not getting any payment for it.
So now, if I want to work on grants,
I'm not interested in working grants with you. Like, you don't know how to do grants. Like, you don't do any work. You've had a year and a half to learn and do the work, and you don't do it.
okay, let's move ahead and just pass this proposal and let everything be done with.
Like, if you have a specific self-driven responsibility, so let's go on to line 24. Any worker who has a specific client work income self-driven responsibility skill, right? So if you have a self-driven responsibility, say it now, and then we'll see if we can find something. Something that you know how to do without me. Or Lucy. Martins?
For me, I will, accounting.
I can,
We don't do
I
I want to
accounting.
work on bills.
I can do recruitment perfectly without J.
Yes, so you can do recruitment. The problem is that recruitment is the issue that's not getting done. And recruitment is an internal operation, and recruitment is the problem. So I will go this far as saying that if we complete the recruitment round, the first payment will be all of the deliverable value for the completion of the recruitment round will be upfront at the approval of the budget and the successful recruitment of the recruits through stage 5, legal responsibility. So once we get the recruits working and active, you can get paid for all of the recruitment deliverables. All right. So if you choose to do recruitment, you can get paid for the recruitment deliverables, but only after the recruitment round has been completed and we pass the new budget. And then you get paid for all of the recruitment work that you did. So that would
Time
include
to pause.
posting, like
Please
editing
stop.
the post.
Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So I don't know if it's like $4 or $12, whatever it is. You're editing the post, making sure the posts are posted, making sure the follow-up happens, and then that we verify the lists, and that we move forward with everything, and that basically we approve the budget, the updated deliverables budget, ideally with the new contracts. If people really want to get paid, depends who gets recruited. If people don't care about any real payment, then maybe we can not have the new contracts. And then once all that's done and we get the new recruits through the legal responsibility and set up for work, I would say that it's more than just the legal responsibility with an active schedule. So we have a schedule of people actually working again, then you can get the full payment. So I mean, I don't know, it's something like, you know, 20, 40 bucks. I don't know. When you add it all up together, plus the deadlines, the 100% pay stop deadlines, although it's all late. So if you do things on time, you get paid a lot more.
Is it including recruitment follow-up, the one it was spending?
All of the recruitment, all of the previous
Okay.
recruitment and the full recruitment round, like the whole new recruitment round. And the deadline is going to be, the current deadline is the end of the quarter, which would give you, I don't know, 2 months, minus a week.
Okay. So after that, now the
Month
team
and a
can
half.
come back again.
Say what?
After when the recruitment went successfully, so now the team is coming back as a new team.
Yes, we can create a new team by just doing the recruitment under this policy. Like under the policy and other proposals, there's no work happening now, so the team would be dissolved and we would restart a recruitment round, bring in all the new team members and get agreement on the new team, which means that whoever is agreed to be in the budget would be approved for upfront pay work. And that anyone who does the work for the recruitment round would get paid regardless.
Okay.
So let me in addition to that, does that mean for my involvement in the previous recruitment round, when the new one is being completed, will the pay still come to the person?
Yeah, so we're saying that I don't know exactly what it is, but let's just say it's $4 per recruitment deliverable, right? And $12 if on time for 100% pay stop. And
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready.
I'm gonna verify
Now
that.
inhale.
Verify that
1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1,
all
2,
paid
3.
after
Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
So we're already late on some of the deadlines completed. So let's verify that's correct as far as the values. So deliverables budget for October, November 25. We are looking for the operations deliverables, and we're looking for specifically recruitment. It says $2. The recruitment deadlines are $2, not $4. So the taxes are $4, the recruitment's $2. So it would be $2 per recruitment deadline, because we're so broke, and then it's $6 for done if it's done on time, because of the 100% pay stop. So if you do it late, depending on the type of pay stop, you would get like $3 or whatever per recruitment deliverable. And there should be like, I don't know, at least a dozen of them, right? Because there's a lot. So if we do at least a dozen times 6, we're looking at probably like $50 to $100. It's not enough money, but that's what it is. $50 to $100 if you choose to do the recruitment, and you get it all done ideally on time. But either way, the point of the recruitment round is not to get paid. The point is to do the recruitment round and help other people get paid and take care of their families and give them the opportunity to work. Because that's what this is. This is an opportunity to work that people should take seriously, which currently is not happening. So for me, the recruitment is all about helping other people. So I will be working on recruitment, but I will only be working on the automation of the recruitment. So if you want to do a manual recruitment round, that's fine. Most of the follow-up is always going to be basically manual anyways. But then maybe the tracking and the follow-up list itself might get updated automatically. I don't know. We'll have to see how that all works.
Okay, now I have another question then now. So now, for example, if someone change the POP to be token only, and at the same time they're working on recruitment, are they allowed to schedule with you? They still going to get a front pay by the way of finishing the recruitment since they have changed their POP into token only?
No. So if you change, if you're working on recruitment, you do not, and you want to get paid, you do not change your POP to tokens only. Right? So let's just make sure it's clear and simplify this straight up.
Stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So anyone who wants to continue doing co-op work, right, or client work will have to change their POP to tokens only. And then they will be able to work for tokens. Unless you are working on a internal responsibility wearing a non-worker hat. So that would be like the recruitment. If you're doing a recruitment hat, if you're working on recruitment, you're wearing a recruitment hat. So it's not actually, you don't need to be a worker to do that. In the planetary sessions, you'd be wearing your membership hat, your membership/owner hat, right? So you can come to main sessions. Like coming to main sessions is fine, right? Attending main sessions. So session support would be just like general membership hat. Session support / main sessions, right? But if you want to do and then if you're working on the taxes, we can just review whenever to work on the taxes as a subcontracted worker through Activity, which would be a separate POP and a separate contract, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, the point is that nobody is a worker anymore. The worker would be gone, but you would still be a member. You would still be a recruit, right? So you can still work on recruitment. You can still work on the membership meeting, but not for upfront pay, right? And so if you do the work on the recruitment pay would be approved in the new budget, not in any current budget. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like a retroactive payment after the recruitment budget has been approved.
Okay.
Anyways, it seems pretty fair and, if not overly fair, and it's just clear and organized, and it's just like, let's just get focused on doing the work or not. If you guys don't want to do the work, don't do the work. But it's just, I'm going to continue to work. I'm going to focus on Activity. Basically, my plan is focusing on Activity and just practicing the entire plan and process of launching the Activity token and launching the Activity social media, doing the whole thing in relationship to the coalition, and then making that the first step to launch the Umbrella Everything token, because I can't launch the Umbrella Everything token on my own. I need help for that.
Time to take a break. Please stop. Write down whatever you were about to say and take a break for 6 minutes.
But what I can do is I could practice by just launching the Activity token, which will help us a lot. And just doing, and the Activity token is much simpler because there's only 2 or 3 tokens. It's just really simple. If there's no temporal anything, it's not complicated. Like the co-op and the UET would be, the Umbrella token would be a lot more complicated. So the Activity token is not going to be particularly successful. We're not expecting a big launch or anything, but we just want to get the whole system set up and functional so that when we do launch the Umbrella token, we have it all ready to go once we get our team set up. So, anyways, I was just saying that my hope is to get the activity tokens all set up and get the whole activity launch functional with all of the platforms, and then get our team set up to launch the umbrella token for everybody and get that connected to the co-op. So I mean, nothing changes as far as our plan. We still all want to get paid. We still want all of our tokens to be valuable. None of that changes, but there is a responsibility and policies that need to be followed, which is that we are required to do the recruitment, and we're required to schedule and have a professional schedule and plan, and we're not doing that, and so we need to be accountable to that. So under our policies, this is the easiest way forward, and following the policies and basically being like, okay, well, we're not willing to work, and so or as we were before, and so this is our new plan. We focus on recruitment, we focus on the taxes, we focus on the membership meeting if we choose to, and then I'm going to be focusing on the activity in my business activities and get that functional and set up so that I can pay myself and Lucy, because POS is under activity as well, and POS will be paying for all the taxes, and then Martines can work on the recruitment. So I think that is a good plan, and it gives us at least a few months to just do that in a timeline that there's no hurry, because everybody will be able to just basically do it on their own time. And we can still have the main sessions every week and check in. So this isn't ending anything. The organization is not dissolving. We're only dissolving the team. The tokens all exist. Everything still exists. It's just that we're not functional as a team. So we need to move forward in a way that everybody is treated equally.
Okay.
Because I can't be responsible for a team that's not taking responsibility for the work. As executive, right? I can't do that.
Okay.
So basically, we can still all support each other as individuals. There's just no team.
Yes, accepted.
Yeah, and our goal is to build a new team, right? That is what we want to do. We want to build a new team, but we're just not able to do that under any current timeline with the existing team. So
now, in addition to all things we have been saying, so does that mean that all the pay stubs, are they reset, or they are still in existence?
That's a really good question, and there's no answer to that, right? So that just depends on how we do the recruitment round. But what we do know is that all of the new recruits will be exempt from the pay stubs. But all of the old workers, typically, even with the new recruitment round, are still required to meet the deadlines, right? So we can discuss that and how we want to do that, but maybe there is a semi-reset of all the deadlines. Either way, when we approve the new budget, all the deadlines should be included in the deliverables budget, and all of the deadlines should be agreed to when the team is approved, right? So that means that the workers themselves are in control of the deadlines, just like now, right? So no one is required to approve the budget without agreement on the deadlines. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So the workers could the new recruits could say, no, we don't agree to the existing deadline schedule, we want to change it, and then you have to keep negotiating on the budget deadlines until there's agreement on the budget deadlines. The workers could also say, no, we don't agree on these pay rate deliverables. We want to get paid more than $1, minimum. We want $2 minimum. We want $3 minimum. It's like the workers. We are the co-op. We control our own co-op. We control our own pay. Right? So we just need agreement on the budget. Right? And then the client can say no and be like, okay, no, I'm not going to pay the co-op $5 per deliverable. Like, that's just not going to happen. Right? So there's agreement between the co-op members, the agreement of the co-op as a whole with the client. So there, and then there's the HR board that can mediate things. So basically, we have a system that's fully
And
functional
time to start. Please get focused on the session.
to address any disagreements on any deadline or any budgetary item.
Okay. So can we vote for this?
You can vote now.
Can we
Before
vote
I
on
do
this?
vote, Jay, is it like possible if someone do the work then they schedule for review? Is it allowed?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So you are going to be having the opportunity to contract for the taxes, and same with Martins can work on the recruitment. And anytime you want to, we can schedule a review. I'm perfectly fine to review work and review whatever needs to be done. You guys can schedule with each other as well, and we should track all of our hours to get our tokens as well, right?
Yeah.
But it's just not. There's no requirement. Does that make sense? Whereas before we were required to meet the minimum agreements of the team functionality, and we didn't meet it, right? So within the new contract with activity for the subcontracting and the taxes, we could set up the new, requirements. But it's pretty simple. It's basically just doing the taxes by the deadline, just like before. So it's there's not really anything else to it, right? It's just the direct contract of doing the taxes. So we can write it out again as needed, but it's not particularly complicated. So, but anyways, I do not want the taxes contract for me is going to be temporary, right? So we can note here this is a temporary contract. So we should, you're welcome to go ahead and get started on taxes if you want to, Lucy, but
Okay.
but we need to finalize the actual contract and make sure it's clear that it's temporary up until the point where the team will take it over again. Because I want the team, the team to, in the co-op, to oversee the taxes. But the taxes are too important for the rest of the entire coalition and the network to not do, even though the team and the co-op is unable to do them. So this is just a benefit of knowing how to do the work.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
That's something that you are just able to do. So if you chose not to do that, I'm going to be focusing on automating the taxes as much as possible. They're never going to be fully automated. It's always going to be, human, AI collaboration. But if that doesn't work, then I would probably hire like a company, an external company, to help with it temporarily. So, anyways, I can't think of anything besides the taxes and the recruitment that are essential to move forward with, except for the planetary session and the membership meeting. But the thing about the membership meeting is that the membership meeting itself is not actually required. Because if there's no team and there's no work happening, there's not really a membership meeting. Right?
Yeah.
So, but we know we want to have a team, so the membership meeting could be used for recruitment, it could be used for updating, it could be used for a lot of other things within the coalition. So I still think it's good if we can get people to do the membership meeting, but it's not necessarily like essential. What's essential is the recruitment, building our team so that we can do the membership meeting and have accountability as a team, right? Right now we just don't have a team. There's no team, right? So until we can rebuild our team, I think it's best to just not think about it, because I can't not think about the team. It is my duty every single day to check in at the agreed time and to review everything and make sure everything is functional for the team. And when it's not functional, it's my duty to address the dysfunctionality. And I feel like I've done everything that I was required to do under my job description as executive. So from there, starting tomorrow, I would not be checking in because there's no team. And I would not be expecting anything to happen at Andromeda because there's no team. And I would not be doing anything. I will show up for main session tomorrow, and if anyone wants to schedule for any like temporary contracts, we can, or we can just wait till next week. There's just no hurry on anything. And then I'm just going to be doing my work, and I'll be reporting on all of my work. Let me share my screen really fast, and then let's get this voted on. I think that this is PEP. So I will be reporting on all of my activity work in the activity rooms. Okay? So I will be doing constant daily updates and reporting.
Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
I'll do constant updating and reporting on all of my work every day, all the time in there. So if you want to keep track of what I am doing, that's where it will be. But I will no longer be actively communicating in the co-op communications.
So if I want to get your attention, I need to come to activity room, right? And communicate
No,
with you.
you can still contact me in the co-op. I'll still check all of my notifications, and I'll be checking Discord all the time, and I'll check it. I'm just not going to be going there to communicate with you guys unless you're communicating with me.
Okay.
Does that mean like before I go every single day to communicate and get organized and try to get the sessions going and do everything to try to get the team, but I'm not going to be doing that anymore because there's no team. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So I'm not going to be working to get people paid. I'm not going to be doing anything except for following through on recruitment, taxes, and then focusing on activity. I'm not even going to work on the planetary session. Like, I really want the planetary session to happen, but it's not worth my health and like all of the other things. Like, it's just there's nothing to update anyone on if we don't have a token to launch, if we don't have a team functional. Like, there's just nothing exciting to really like. It almost is better to not have the meeting, right? Even though it's against policy to not have it, there's no team that is breaking the policy and required that we can remove the budget for it, right? There's no one working. You see what I'm saying? So I would love the planetary session to happen, but what I'm going to be focusing on is the new event platform that will oversee all of our natural time sessions, including our lunar sessions, our planetary sessions, our galactic sessions. This will all happen on our events platform. And the events platform will basically be our hub for automating the entire sessions with the membership and the boards and all of that. So that's what I'm going to be working on, is automating the entire process. But I don't know when I'll get to that. My first focus is going to be just getting activity up and functioning with the contracts and the general budgets and the POS and the assets and just like all the normal stuff to just kind of get it grounded and functional. And just so you know, I believe I worked out this. It's very, very interesting. This is also important for you guys to understand. Activity.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Activity is owned by many different things. Obviously, it's my business, so I control the most of it. But I was working on the breakdown of the ownership. Unfortunately, I seem to... Oh, here we go. Ownership. Token breakdowns and ownership. It looks like I didn't actually copy and paste the information. Anyways, I'm pretty sure that the co-op owns somewhere around like 5 to 7% of Activity. I just can't remember exactly. So if Activity does well, the co-op value goes up as well, right? And plus the umbrella everything token value is connected to all of it too. So it's all connected together with all of the tokens, but the Activity token is basically like, you know, it's the XGMR token from before, and it just does nothing, right? And so I want to focus on that, get it functional, you know, be able to pay myself Activity tokens for all of the work that I'm doing so that I can start getting paid. So I'm going to be paying myself tokens only, but then I'm going to be trying to work on getting the Activity tokens to have value, which will actually bring up the value of the co-op tokens and also support the umbrella tokens. So the Activity token is one of the middle tokens, super duper important. You know, so that's what I'm going to be focusing on for a little while instead of focusing on the co-op. Because I need to get paid too. And then Activity will be, POS will be as part of Activity, right?
Yeah.
So POS will be paying Lucy for the taxes. So that will come as a direct payment from Activity, and so it will not go through the co-op. And then Martins, if you work on the recruitment, you'll get paid after the recruitment is completed. But in that time, let's say the recruitment never gets completed and everything goes until we get the platform done to do the automated recruitment, and it takes 6 months or who knows, maybe a year, who knows. If nothing happens, I will still be working on automating the entire token system, and all the tokens still have value. We can still do the investment for the tokens. We can still build the token value for the co-op. All of that will still move
Time
forward.
to stretch. Please stop, stand up, and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
All right, I need to get going. So do we want to vote on this or what?
Okay, let's vote.
Yeah, so anyways, the tokens will eventually have value and you'll still get all of your tokens. It's just I don't know when that will happen, because my focus is going to be on the Activity tokens for the short term. All right, proposal to dissolve the team and all budgets, including deliverables budgets. Questions? Any other questions?
Does this affect pay stops?
No, it does not affect pay stops or deadlines. No, this does not change or affect pay stops or deadlines. But the pay stops and deadlines are kind of meaningless except for the taxes and if for Lucy's pay. But for if you're going to get paid for doing recruitment, the only deadlines that are applicable is the recruitment deadlines, and so you can look those up and you can see when they are. And then from there, there's no reason to wait for the deadline to do the recruitment. I mean, it's technically possible to do the recruitment in like a couple weeks. You would do the posting, you know, review the job post in a few days, get it posted in a few days, follow up with everybody in a few days, and then, you know, do the interviews in like 3 days, and then do the budget in 3 days. So you could do it in like 2 weeks or less if you just spent a few days on each thing. You just did the work. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So it's certainly possible to make $100 on recruitment in 2 weeks if someone just did the recruitment. But that would require recruits who were professional and followed through and actually did what they said they were going to do, which typically doesn't happen. You know, so but you can usually get, like, if you go and do recruitment fast, you usually get the most important, most interested recruits in the first few weeks. And then all the other ones will still want to be involved later, but they're usually not as good of recruits. But we still give them an opportunity, right? Because you can cut off. You can say, okay, the cutoff date is 2 weeks, and then you can still apply for the next recruitment round, but this is the cutoff for this round. All right, any other questions?
No comment.
Another question is, are we going to come up with the...
Just to finish the other question, even though this does not change or affect the pay stops or deadlines, the new budget would reapprove all of the deadlines. So the new recruit budget does require agreement on all future deadlines for that budget. Okay, so all the deadlines can be reset depending on agreement with the new budget. So if everybody is like,
pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
so the deadlines are required to be part of the budget. And if everyone's like, no, I don't agree to these deadlines, then the budget doesn't get passed until we have agreement. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so the answer to your question is technically like kind of yes and no. All right, Lucy.
Does this going to change the teams that we have previously? Like, for example, we have folk team and the current team.
I mean, I think we have 3 organizations. There's 3 sub-organizations with the Contributors Co-op. You have Unity, FQN, and SFC, so that doesn't change. Those all exist. But as far as the teams and how we set up the teams, it all depends on how many people recruit and what we get agreement on. And how we want to change the policies and approving the terms. So all of that is up for debate. So the short answer is no. And the long answer, just like the other one, and everything is open for discussion and debate on the agreement for terms to join the new budget, right? Because everybody will have to approve the terms of work, right? And sign the contract. So right now, I don't know of any updates to the contract. But if we come up with anything, this is a great time to review everything with all the new recruits, get approval of the co-op. I kind of like this idea of restarting the whole team from scratch and bringing in new recruits, not into an existing team, but into a brand new team where the recruits are equal to everybody else and we can hear their comments and concerns and we all discuss the terms together and ideally approve the terms together as a new team. I think that will make the new recruits feel better about themselves, you know? Because I think that sometimes the new recruits feel kind of left out of everything, you know? And they don't understand.
Okay, yeah. Another last question from me. Does that mean if Lucy or Martin want to continue, they will have to reapply for the position?
Yes. Yes, everyone must reapply and be recruited for the team budget. Yes, that's the whole point of dissolving the team, is that everybody has to go through the recruitment round equally.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
So it's technically.
What if someone now, according to line there? I'm sorry for asking more questions. What if someone want to change the pop? Because we have where I say you can change the pop and continue working. Does it still require for that person again to reapply?
Yes, anyone can change their pop and all of that. So it's just the normal pop changes are the same as any other time. The contract with activity for the taxes and POS is separate pop entirely. You'll have a separate activity pop just for your contract for the taxes. So it's separate.
Okay.
All right. So I got to get going. So do we want to do concerns and vote?
Oh, a lot of concern. Actually, we are. I don't know when are we going to come back to work as a team again. And also, the organization is really going to go down. Yes, even though we did not have many people before, still is a lot. This decision really is big, as we thought, and it have a very big impact. And Yes, it happened. No, I have no choice. Just to agree with it.
All right, well, I gotta go drive a little bit, but I can talk on the phone here. So just keep going.
Okay.
If you guys want to keep going, I'll talk on the phone.
Martin, tell you what thing I need to check out of this place. Martin's.
Can you hear me? Hello? Okay.
Hey, my machine is just.
I'm
Yes,
getting
I can
getting
hear.
in the car to drive. So I gotta do
7.5.
it here, but
7.5.
I will be back in like 10 minutes or something. But
Okay.
oh, you might be able to see.
What? I cannot write.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
But yeah, it'll be good to go over all the concerns too and write them down if you can.
Okay.
I'm voting 6.5. I'm not really like I feel so bad this is happening.
Not your concern. You put it down.
My machine is just not. I don't know. If I click on tab machine, it takes time. Even to write, you don't see something on the. Yeah, that's the issue. You see that I'm clicking, still not moving.
We can also do voting form, and we can also wait until next week and have more discussion if we want to wait a week on it.
Flow. We got flow. We need that flow.
Yeah, if you can look on the YouTube recording, you might be able to see Flo's vote.
Okay.
But you'll have to wait 10 minutes for me to get back to the computer because I'm just not there in the car.
No problem.
But if you want to, we can take a break for 10 minutes, and then when I get back, we can finish up, or we could just try to finish up next week.
Let's take a break. We finish up after 10 minutes.
Okay.
Is that okay, Martin?
I will need to go. I'm not sure if I will come back after 12 minutes. 12 minutes past 12 if you guys are still around.
Okay.
At the bottom.
Yeah.
We are 12 in Nigerian time.
Okay. I'll be back. I will be back in 10 minutes after G to finish up on our proposal because you have already got no problem.
And Martins, if you want to check out, that's fine. You can just write your checkout or whatever, and then check in later next week or whenever you're available. But all right, I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Okay. Do you want me to write your check-in, Martin?
Okay, I'm already writing. You want to say it?
Okay, no problem. It's just I'm no problem. You can write.
I thought you said
Time to take a break. Please stop. Write down whatever you were about to say and take a break for 6 minutes.
It is 6.5. I said hopefully we get it right this time around. Hopefully we get it right.
Oh my machine is just useless. I try to go anywhere. It's not moving.
Around. So that is just it. So I've done that. So you see, hopefully we communicate better on Discord and
on Pep.
So
No
let me.
problem.
I'll
In
still
touch.
be. I'll put my. I'll still be on GT, but maybe after 12, I might need to cut it off.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the discussion is even over, so I don't know.
Okay, I'm writing. Okay. Break. Let me take a break.
10
It's 4
break.
o'clock.
Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
Okay, I am back.
Okay, I'm here. I'm back as well.
So
Can you check
flow.
the vote for
You guys didn't look on the.
flow?
You didn't look on the YouTube.
I go to YouTube. I cannot find it.
You went to the link for on the prep up. You went to the link.
Yeah, I opened the link.
It doesn't work.
The link is working. I'm just listening. The link that you put on our notes.
Yeah, it's there. It's just in the top right hand corner. It's really small. So you have to like zoom in, but it's there. Anyways, it looks like Flo voted a 2.
Wow.
So let's read what Flo wrote and see what we want to do about that. What's the total with it? So we have 6.24. So at this time, it definitely does not pass. It's not off by a lot, but let's see what Flo says. We could also give some of the concerns. All right. So Flo says. We are seeing high risk in dissolving budgets and postponing token payrolls without a clear wind down plan.
Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
A clear wind down plan. Unclear legal HR exposure around severance and rehiring via reapplication process. Fairness and morale issues and selective upfront pay. Client continuity risk from pushing token only POP and governance process gaps on pay stops, deadlines, and recruitment authority. Okay, so let's go through everything. High risk dissolving budgets, postponing token payrolls. So dissolving the budget is required by policy. The upfront severance is instead of the token payrolls to go quickly for everyone's needs. Wind down plan. Workers haven't worked for 5 days and there is no plan to work, so there is no way to wind anything else down. And this takes care of 90%. So legal slash HR. Everything is legal and agreed upon by workers, and and fair, right? Because everyone is getting a benefit from this agreement. So rehire with recruitment. Everyone can be rehired when the recruitment round is completed. This could happen in a week or two if someone did the work. It will take longer, and we will even pay someone to do the work.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
Governance process gaps. This may result in the planetary session not happening, but we haven't done a full planetary session in 5 years, so not a huge loss. Deadlines are not changed. Deadlines are not changed. Alright, so let's see if we can answer all these questions, and I would also add these as questions. Because it just looked like Flo had lots of questions. So we need to add lots of lines for these questions to be addressed, and then see if that changes Flo's vote at all. Okay, so I got all of the questions.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Hi Flo, seems like you had a lot of questions and concerns. Overall, this is a difficult proposal, but may be the best way to move forward for everyone. Here are questions to all. Here are answers.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Four. The clarifications reduce ambiguity on deadlines, reapplication, and subcontracting, but we still see risks. Selective upfront cash to 2 people while pausing token payrolls for others. No written recruitment timeline, owner or budget gating. No concrete client continuity and records handoff plan. If amended with a short written wind down checklist, a 14-day recruitment timeline with name, lead, and approval gates, i.e. no one-page fairness, no. It would move to a 6. Okay, so let's see if we can get flow to a 6. So flow, we got flow to a 4 with all of those questions answered. So it does just barely pass, but flow says it could get to a 6 with the following clarifications. Clarification to reduce ambiguity on deadlines, reapplication, subcontracting, but we'll see the material risks, selective upfront cash. So so selective upfront. The 2 people getting paid upfront are the only 2 who would be affected by the payroll. There are no other workers except Jay as the executive who will be getting activity tokens. Hey, what's up, Martins? You're back. So flow has lots of concerns and issues, and we're trying to address all of these issues from flow. And we got flow from a 2 to a 4, and now we're trying to get flow to a 6 by addressing more issues. So flow says the deadlines, are not affected, and we were not meeting deadlines before, so there is no change here. Reapplication, everyone can reapply and continue with the new team after the recruitment round. We have a specific process for the recruitment round.
Stand up
Martin
and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
He would take that on, but is not required to. Subcontracting. Subcontracts will be carried out directly through the client and no longer go through the co-op. We already have a process for this. Alright, then we have the no written recruitment timeline. So the timeline effectively by dissolving the team, there is no requirement for people to work or to continue to pay people to work. So this is better for the organization if no one is doing work. No concrete client continuity. Client work. Correct. We have to prioritize the most essential client work, which is just the taxes and the new goal of launching the activity token as part of the bigger launch plans as a sub part. To refocus our efforts on something attainable with the current number of people. Alright, if amended with a short written down checklist, a 14 short written down checklist, wind down checklist. Wind down checklist. So, we'll meet next week. Main session to review. Also, vote online voting form. Review each week status of the new contracts and plan moving forward. And continue to review on status each week of activity and the overall coalition and recruitment.
Time to pause. Please stop, Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
No one is required to work on recruitment. So is anyone planning on working on recruitment in the next 14 days? So Flo is asking for a 14-day timeline. If anyone's planning, this is the time to say it. Otherwise, Jay is planning on building a automated recruitment platform with AI, but that will take longer than 2 weeks. One-page fairness note on token payroll treatment. So token payroll will happen eventually. There is just no requirement for the date. We have many years of past token payrolls. Jay will be working on an automated platform to review and verify all years of past token payrolls eventually. Okay, so let's check on all of this. Okay, here are answers to your other questions. And then we'll add this on, and then we'll just go from there. 3.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
So are we trying to modify the proposal or what's going on here?
He's trying to explain to Flo, because Flo was voting.
Flo is voting no, so it doesn't pass. Flo is a 3.
Flo does not support.
So Flo went from a 2 to a 4 down to a 3. So I think we might just have to talk more about it next week and just let it kind of go a week and just try to, like, Flo would like a lot more details and clarifications on what is going on. As far as like, getting clarity. So let me just give you the next thing that Flo is asking for, because it's quite detailed.
So what's happening?
Flo would like, this is on line 270. Flo would like to stabilize the proposal without asking anyone to do unpaid recruitment. We can lock these 3 items today. A 1-page wind down checklist for the next 2 weeks. Owners, dates, what stops, what continues. A client handoff note covering taxes and activity responsible persons, committees, templates, records. A short fairness note on selective upfront cash versus pause token payrolls. Who, why tokens are next reviewed. All right, so the so recruitment. So under our policies, we always pay for completed work, and so getting paid, $50 to $100 according to the proposal follows policies for after the recruitment round is completed. One-page wind-down checklist. So wind-down checklist, everything will stop except what we pass off to activity, which is just taxes. A client handoff note covering taxes and activities. So activity pass off. We notify activity.
Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Will
Open
happen
your eyes.
within the activity budget directly. So that is completed. Short fairness note on selective upfront cash versus pause token payrolls. Alright, so fairness for pay. So basically Lucy is getting $150 upfront plus option to continue work on taxes, and will eventually still get tokens when the at a future unknown time. Then we have Martins. Martins is getting 125. Wait. Lucy's getting 175. Martins is getting 125 up front, plus option to continue work on recruitment and get paid when all recruitment is completed, plus still gets tokens at future unknown time. So taxes and get paid when taxes are completed. So then you have Jay. So Jay gets $0 up front, plus option to continue for more valuable activity token pay for regular work, and still gets co-op tokens at a future date. Alright, let's see if this helps at all. Did we miss anything? Short fairness, like cash pay, who, why, when tokens, and next reviewed. Everything will be reviewed next week and weekly at main sessions. Every week, do not stop. So everything can continue to be reviewed. Alright. Now let's see if this helps. We're hearing that recruitment is paused with a small post-paid micro-budget plan.
Please stop.
5.
Write down whatever you were about to say and take a break for 6 minutes.
So I don't know, I think 5 is good enough, but it says it'll go to 6 if we name the responsible person to do the taxes, which is Lucy, and specify where the records live, which is POS, and add dates and owners to the wind down note, even in the most terms. All right. So Lucy will handle the taxes, and POS oversees all tax records, with me as treasurer, with Jay as treasurer, with J as treasurer, and J oversees all the legal records for the co-op as CEO of the umbrella sponsorship corporation. I think that should be good. All right, anyway, so I think we are good. Still a lot to add here. So now he says a 6. That's pretty cool.
Well, perfect.
So I'm going to add all this stuff in here because it's all really important stuff. And it is details that are good to include because they have so many concerns. So let's get this list in there. All of that. Whoops. Plus, we now have all of this here. Plus, we have this last little bit here. Okay. That's it. So we got flow to a 6. So I think that's good enough for me. And so it passes.
Yeah.
It would have passed with the flow at a 5 as well, but 6 is better. It was a minor thing and important. So I think we have agreement.
So what is the
Anything
next
else?
step of this?
Okay, next steps. Good question. We should do a voting form.
Okay.
But I can send the money immediately today.
Okay.
Okay.
And then, but I don't know. If we're gonna do a voting form, probably we should wait for the voting form 24 hours, and then I'll send it tomorrow. Because if there's problems with the voting form, we don't pass this, and something else comes up, then that would be a problem in terms of sending the money.
So are we required to do the voting form? Is it a policy? We required to do the voting form, right?
We should, just to make sure everything is official. Like, we're supposed to do the voting form. If we didn't do the voting form, we could just announce the outcome. I mean, there's no one else involved. So the fact that the 4 of us have voted, technically speaking, should be enough. You know, if we want to skip the voting form. Because that is technically additional work, right? Which would mean someone would have to do work. And if no one wants to do the work, we can't necessarily force it. So if we're all in agreement with this, technically speaking, under our policies and under sociocracy, it doesn't affect anybody else, right? So the only other people it affects would be like the membership and the organization and the actual token owners, right? Because if no work's getting done, the value of their token goes down. But that's already true because the work's already not getting done, and the solution to that is the recruitment. So that doesn't really change. You know, if no one's willing to step up and do work, then there's just it's an automated payroll, right? So the only other issue or question is really about the money and taking a loan. But we're not taking a loan. Instead, this money is coming out of my personal account. So according to the policies, there's just no one else involved. So we can notify everybody that this decision has happened, but if no one wants to do the work of the voting form, I don't think we're technically required to do the voting form because we're the only people that this proposal affects directly. Like, can you think of anyone else that's affected? Because no one else is doing anything.
No, I think no one is affected.
Yeah.
They're the only people.
So unless someone wants to do a voting form, I would say we just announce the results and then
As
I
the
can
break
send the
time
payment
to
to
start, please get focused on the session.
Yeah, I prefer we just announce the results because voting form still will be only us voting again. Watch. I don't know. Really, Martin? Yeah, out. Yeah, input to that, Martin.
I didn't get what you are saying.
I was saying if we can just leave it that way, no need of voting form. Is that okay?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
So in the future, with the whole co-op and the coalition, we'll have an automated platform for MBE staffing, and we would just put all the decisions and the proposals into the platform, and it would just automatically send out. Everyone would vote automatically. It would just all be automatic, right? So the whole process of doing the online voting would happen automatically with the platform. But since we don't have that set up now, we can just skip that. Cool. All right. So we're in agreement. We have agreement on the proposal. We have dissolved the team. So next steps is really just, setting up the new contract with Activity for me and Lucy, and then Martine's. We can set up a new contract for you too regarding the payroll. I mean, not the payroll, the recruitment, right?
Okay.
So that's should be organized and clear. But technically, there's no need for the actual contracts to be done before anyone starts. It's just good to have those, but technically they're not required. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Because we already have agreement on what we already said. It's all in writing already. So everything is legal and verified. Cool. So I will definitely be doing the summary for the session. We can do the checkouts. We'll check in again next week. I'm willing to schedule if needed. If someone wants to schedule, we can schedule to, move whatever forward that we want to do. So, we're just not really a team. There's no payroll. There's no budgets. There's no, past stuff. There's no working on Bala's platform. There's no working on Science platforms. No working on, communications. Like all I'm going to focus on is Activity and the Activity token. I'm going to be focused on doing the very different platforms. So I'm not going to be working on the Umbrella token. I'm going to be working on the Activity token. I am going to be focusing on getting the
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
I am going to be focusing on getting the multimedia set up, the UI agent set up, as well as continue on the platform. But the platforms will be very different than before, because before I was focused on the value tracking platforms and the platforms for the payroll and the platforms for the budget and the platforms for the teams. And now I'm going to be focusing on the platforms for mainly regen, and bringing in money and setting up the new contracts and setting up Activity and setting up everything for mainly monetization. So I'll be focusing on monetizing the platforms and getting them out to the public and doing testing with the public. And then getting everything focused and rolling and moving forward with the launch in the future, but testing it on Activity first. And I can help with the recruitment here and there when we need to do reviews or whatever. But I think we have a plan moving forward as far as next steps. And if questions occur, just bring it up. And my hope is that this, $300 will help you guys get through until we get the recruitment done, and then the next pay. So if we just take in general, what should happen is the recruitment should take like a month, and then it should take a month to get paid again because we are really bad at payroll until we get everything automated. So the expectation would be that this $300 should get us through another 2 months. And maybe by then we'll have done more of the token payrolls, and maybe we'll have more funds from that too. But, you know, there's just no guarantee on anything.
Okay, was this a check-in, Jay?
Or check out, I guess so. I mean, I don't know if there's any other questions. Those are the next steps. You said, what are the next steps?
Okay.
So I'm gonna, on Valos, I'll create an
Yeah.
activity team, and then we can start you know, setting up the profiles for the three of us, you know. So I would be doing...
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, relax.
Okay. Anything else?
I think we're done. Should we check out?
Yes.
I think Jay said he wants to create a contract for us on activity business.
Okay.
So he started by creating his own first, then next he took us up to create the contract for us.
Yeah, let me see
On
what this
Valos.
would look like. So if we do for Lucy, it would be POS taxes subcontractor. And this would be a subcontractors team. Proposal is focus only on taxes deadlines. Compensation would be based on upfront pay, which isn't really here. Compensation based on deliverables, right? Deliverables. But we'll put in your pay rate, which is $6.10, right?
Yes.
We're not expecting 30 hours a week, maybe 10 hours a week. I don't know. And then nothing else is really applicable. And then we can put in your thing. So Lagos, no, it's Kenya.
Nairobi.
Nairobi.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Oh, look, it worked. Cool. Okay. So that one's good. So then we're doing Martine's. So your role would be recruitment. This would be a co-op recruitment round. Sub team would be subcontractor. And the proposal would be, to guarantee payment as a client for the co-op recruitment round on behalf of the coalition, so that if Martins or other workers complete the recruitment deliverables, they are guaranteed payment after the work is completed and we have a new team. So then, I don't know, let's just put the 10 hours a week, the same thing. It's probably more like 5 or 10. Upfront pay rate is $5 an hour, and the payment method is irrelevant. Other. And then the location is FQN fixed rate contract. Okay. All right, so that is done for the activity team. Oh.
I want to ask one question. In a situation whereby I want to, while I'm still working on recruitment, and I feel like I can take up some client work. Like, let's say I look through the list of what's available, I went through and I started following up and taking it up. I get paid for that too.
If you can find something that you have, that you know that's a self-driven deliverable that you can work on as self-driven work, then I'm willing to approve it and update your contract. But for now, there's just nothing besides the recruitment that I can think of.
No problem. I'll look through them. I'll see what I can do. I'll just ask for
and obviously
resources.
you could do testing on platforms, but that's not really a deliverable, you know?
Okay.
So we need to think about like actual deliverables, because just doing a little testing here and there and not following through anything is just not helpful, right? So
time to stretch. Please stop, stand up, and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
What is helpful is focusing on the recruitment, there's just an unbelievable amount of work to do for that. So it's like, get that done and then we'll be good. So anyways, I think that is all set up. So from here, it's just organizing, checking in next week and communicating whatever you want to communicate is fine with me.
I'll still follow the policy, right, to do the proposal for the session. I'll do the proposal for the tomorrow's session for the contract, so that I can start working on taxes.
Okay, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the POP is basically your contract, right? It's updated, it's in there, and it's functional. So, it's existing. Yeah, you can start doing the work because it's the existing deliverables for the taxes. So all the deliverables the same. It's $4 per deliverable. We can add that in here and make it edit profile. Proposal. Where is it? So unless there's any disagreements,
is it $4 or $6?
It's $4 per taxes deliverable, which is equal to $12 if done on time for 100% pay stop, right? So every deliverable, if done on time, is $12 with 100% pay stop. That make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so let's update that. Update profile. So I believe that Lucy's profile is correct. And then for Martine's, we can just do the set to active. And then again, just so you understand, for me, I am going to be paying myself based on the new activity token. So the activity token, and we can also verify, these are all verified as well because there's nothing else to do to verify them, So as far as the activity token goes, the activity token is what I'm getting paid in. So you guys would not be getting activity tokens, you guys be getting upfront pay. And the activity tokens that exist are owned by the co-op.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
I can try to see if where that. I think it's here. Let me see if I can find it.
Jay, when I check on output on the deliverable, priority is saying $6. Client bonus pay $6.
Okay, let's double check. Always get double check. Deliverables. And we can also update for Martine's.
Okay.
Just to make sure it's on there. For Martine's, we verified this one, so it's $2 per recruitment deliverable, which is $6 if on time for 100% pay stop. Some of the pay stops are 50% pay stops though, so we need to calculate the 50% pay stop. So deliverables budget for taxes, $6, $6, $6, $6, $6. For-profit taxes is $2. But yes, you're right. So it's $6, so it'd be $18 per taxes deliverable. So Lucy, edit. $6 per taxes deliverable, $18 if done on time. I thought your hourly pay rate was $6.10.
Yeah, 610.
I don't know why it changed. Okay. All right. Cool. All right, so that is all confirmed. And then we can note here in the profiles, in the proposals and profiles, is that all activity tokens, if distributed, go to the co-op. Because you're getting paid upfront pay, right?
Okay.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
All right.
Does that mean I still have to track my hours as individual, right?
Yeah, so you still get
Okay,
co-op tokens, right? And any activity tokens would be issued by activity to the co-op, not to you, because you're being subcontracted. Whereas I'm being directly contracted as the executive and founder of activity, and I'm getting paid actual activity tokens. So direct contract under activity and getting paid only activity tokens directly, right? So I'm not getting zero upfront pay. So $0 upfront pay. So I'm getting no upfront pay and I'm only getting tokens. And then my focus is trying to get the activity tokens to be valuable and to get the co-op tokens to be valuable. And I did find the breakdown here, and it's the co-op owns 10%. The co-op owns 10%. Okay, technically more than that. So I can show you the full breakdown if you're interested, because I think it's really cool. This is Unity. No. Admin. Here it is, right here. So this is the Unity token breakdown for the past. So everything's changing for the future. So new old equity tokens. This would be considered the old equity token for the activity A10. So I would still own 51% for J, right?
Yeah.
51% plus. And then we have 24% community equity. So the whole community collectively owns, and the co-op has, everybody has community equity, so you're technically getting community equity already. Anything you work on activity, you get community equity. All right. So then you have the mesh is 5%, co-op is 10%.
Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Then you have Good Cause Group owns 5%. And then the XGMR token owns 4%. And then Alberto owns 1% based on his investments. So this should come out to, and so this would be my business that I control, which is separate from the co-op, right? So it's coming out to 100%.
Yeah.
So in the co-op, but the co-op owns 10% of the whole business, right? And then the mesh and Good Cause Group own 5%, and then XGMR owns 4%, and Alberto's 1%. Cool. So that is the current activity token breakdown.
Okay.
And then the new investment token will go into the new tokens, which will be broken down based on the previous token percentages plus the actual hours that are put into the work. So that would include any future work going into the the new half year would be for basically like any new work into activity, which would include like POS and things like that. All right, cool. So and so the co-op's total percentage would continue to go up over time within the new tokens, and also some would go into you know, the AI and other things too. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so that is still to be worked out. Though lots to work out still for that. Anyways, did we get a checkout for what's this? This Martine's?
Yeah. No, I don't think that was Martin. Yeah, Martin.
Is there any other questions or anything else on activity or next steps or everything moving forward?
For now, I asked so many questions. In case I have one, I can still ask on app.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, the bottom line is that I'm no longer going to be focusing on the co-op until we get the new team set up. And I'm just going to focus on activity for a little while.
Okay.
I think that's going to be better for all of us. Because if I can get activity set up and I can get the activity token set up, then that'll be another way to get me paid. And then also, we can practice the entire token launch, and we can practice getting everything set up for the umbrella tokens.
And take a break for 6 minutes.
And then we can get back focused on the work, right? Because I need to get focused on the work. I don't have time for all this other stuff, and I need to get focused on the work. And so I'm going to be focusing on all the platforms that need to get done and not focus on payroll and budget and all these things that aren't bringing in money. I need to focus on bringing in money and getting regen set up, getting our multimedia set up, getting the AI set up, you know, and really just focusing on the income and the assets. Assets, POS. I need to work on the assets. That's going to be my main focus for income. Okay. Sorry, I need to leave. Okay, no worries. All right, so shall we check out? I would give this session a 6.5. It was very long. We missed breaks, but overall okay. So overall we did okay. Overall, okay outcome for me. I think the outcome was fair. Certainly is intense. Is a lot to deal with. You know, dissolving the team is difficult, but I think it's better to just follow policy, do things quickly, realize that we made mistakes, and then just, you know we need to do the recruitment. We know we haven't done the recruitment for over a year, and we just have to do it, and then we can get back on track. And then I just want to thank you again, Lucy, for all of your hard work on the taxes, and then you should be getting rewarded for that because you know how to do the taxes, and that's something that can't be skipped because it's bigger than the co-op, right? So the taxes is for the entire coalition. So even though we're not doing the co-op, you can still get paid for the taxes directly from the client. Short term, temporarily, right? It's a temporary. Oh, let's make sure it's clear that on the contract that it's temporary. So Martine's edit proposal. This is temporary until the new co-op team is set up and active. All right, that's important to make sure we have that verified in writing.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's it.
Okay. Now I can check out.
Did you do your checkout yet?
Not yet.
Okay, go for it.
I'm giving a session 5.8. It was a really a tense session, but I thank God lastly we have an agreement. We realize our mistakes, and of course mistake always cost us a lot. It's not good to dissolve the team, but we have to at this moment. I'm going to work on taxes. And at my own time also, I'll try to work on planetary session. And also, if I have time, I can also help on recruitment if Martin would like to check.
Yeah. So the planetary session is very similar to the recruitment in that, like, if we do the planetary session and it's done well and we actually complete it, we can get paid after the planetary session happens. Okay?
Okay, is that supposed to be included on my contract?
I mean, if you want to include it, it was part of our agreement, right? So also, I want to make sure make sure in the agreement, in terms of the dissolution, another thing that's super duper important is making sure it's clear that all past upfront payrolls are, replaced by this upfront pay, right?
Okay.
So all past upfront payrolls or any other expectations of upfront pay are replaced by this agreement, right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because otherwise I would not be paying this money, right? This is just to replace, because we're not doing any other payrolls. This is to replace all past payrolls, replace all past stuff so that we can just move forward and not have to worry about the past anymore. Cool. All right, so I just want to make sure that is clear. And then
can you then include the token on my profile, include the planetary session?
yeah, I'll include that.
And the break. Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
But we can still do all of the, oh my god, there's no way this is going to fit. We can still do all of the token payrolls in the future. So everyone still has plenty of money coming once we can get the tokens functional, which I think we're close on, but it's just clearly not, happening quite yet. What is going on here? Half of it at a time. Oh no. What is this?
I need to copy it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, God.
No.
It's all because of Flo. Flo just has so many questions and so many details that it wants. Flo. Oh, God. Why?
You have to make it smaller again. Break that up to line maybe 16.
Damn, why is it doing this stupid crap?
Yeah, fine.
Okay, so the membership, it's just added in manually. So Martine's Lucy. Edit profile. Also can work on membership team meeting for Mars session, planetary sessions, and track deliverables, but only get paid when entire Mars session is completed if successful. So we can try to verify the deliverables budget. The planetary sessions, $4.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
I lost it. Let's try that again. Okay. And also do planetary sessions, Mars membership hub, and get paid after the completion of the successful session. This is going to be $4 per deliverable with the $12 for upfront pay stuff. Cool. All right, I think we're done. Anything else?
We are done.
Cool. And I definitely agree with you that it is tense and it is a lot to go through and it's kind of difficult. But after the last month, I think this is the best way moving forward because it gives us all a break. It gives us all the flexibility that we need to focus on the work that needs to be done. And then it also allows for, flexibility on the time frames and holds us accountable to the fact that we're not doing recruitment and that we're not meeting our team obligations, right? So, sometimes this is the only way to get functional because I think if we come back and we build a really strong team with let's say the 3 of us plus 5 new recruits and we have 8 of us and we do a really good job, we will be so much better off with a team of 8 instead of the 3 of us not doing anything. Like we'll be making more money, even though we have to pay more money to everybody. We'll make way more money. So, anyway,
Yeah.
let's see what happens. Let's give the recruitment a chance. Again, I'm not going to be focusing on the recruitment. I'm not going to be focusing on the planetary sessions. I certainly have no choice but to do the taxes. But from there, it's, I'm going to be focusing on the platforms and the automation, and then just getting activity set up and doing all of the assets and BOS, and just all that work is so important. Like, we have to do all that. So that's what I'm going to focus on. Okay? And getting the AI set up and all of the agents, and I think it'll be good. All right, I'll talk to you soon. I'm going to do the entire summary as well for the session and complete that as well. So, yes.
Time for breath. Please stop.
If you
and
could
get
update
ready.
the HR board,
One,
if you could
two,
update the HR
three,
board, that
exhale.
will be
1,
helpful.
2, 3, pause.
Okay.
Inhale together. 1, 2, 3, exhale, relax.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Okay, Jay, bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.